here to finish it all up. Let's all wrap it up. It's been a massive round of rugby league, but we are at the final game here. Let's wrap this bad boy up and then move into the taste testing. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's going to be tantalising round 26, especially with that Bulldogs versus Panthers game. But let's get into this game here today. I don't know if I said it, but hey guys, here you go. So I'm BKR Sport. We are live for the West Tigers taking on the North Queensland Cowboys to wrap it all up. And this is a game that's important here for the Tigers. Mathematically speaking, I will be technical about it and say Tigers do have a chance at top 8. Realistically speaking, you're not making a top 8, but mathematically speaking, you are in the equations. We are doing a little bit of division, we are doing a little bit of subtraction, addition, and some multiplication. And the multiplication is going to be needed to do for your points differential, that's for sure, because you're going to need to win by a big margin tonight and then times it by about 4 if you want a chance to make the top 8. But with that being said, mathematically speaking, you're in the equation, son. So let's get into these two team lineups, then into the ladder. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We are live for every single game. Now, the West Tigers, they come into this game from 11th position, whilst the Cowboys, they come into this game from 15th position, and that is where they will stay because, actually, no, they could go up actually quite a little bit here, but they can't go lower because the Knights just lost, and the Titans and Knights are both absolutely scam dog millionaires at the moment. But the Cowboys are in 15th. This is at Leichhardt Oval in Sydney. Now, the ins here for the Tigers, Brent Naden and Stafford. Brent Naden is in with Stafford Toa being out. The fullback is Dream Buller. Toss off with the man, but the Dream Buller with the wingers being Suna Turuva and Jarrell Skelton. Centres of Taylor May and Brent Naden coming in from the 19 into the starting centre. The 5'8" is Jerome Luai, who is the captain. The halfback, Adam Dewey, with the front row forwards being Terrell May and Finua Pole. Number 9 is Apisai Koroisau. Go to the back row of Samuela Fainu and Sione Fainu, with the 13 being Alex Twell. The interchange is Latu Fainu, Royce Hunt, Charlie Murray and Tony Suka, with the 18th man of placement being Heath Mason, and the coach is Benji Marshall. Overall, I can't really go too deep into this because we've got 3 minutes to go until the game starts, but this Tigers team, if they want any chance of even being in the remote conversation of the top 8, they must win this game, and they must win this game very, very well, especially against the Cowboys team that makes a bucket load of errors, but they also can put a score on as well. So this is going to be a very tricky game here for the Tigers to win. But if they want any chance of making the 8, they must win every game from here on out. Now for the Cowboys, there's no ins, there's no outs, there's no shake it all abouts, keep your shirt on. The fullback is Scott Drinkwater, with the wingers being Semi Valame and Braden Burns. Centres of Jackson Purdue and Viliami Vailea. 5'8", Jake Clifford. Halfback Tom Dearden, who is the captain, with the front row forwards being Jordan McLean and Jason Taumalolo. Number 9 is Reece Robson. Back row, John Bateman and Jeremiah Nene, with the 13 being Ruben Cotter. Interchange of Carl Lawton, Harrison Edwards, Zach Labart and Thomas McKaylee, with the 18th man of placement Kai O'Donnell, and the coach is Todd Payton. This Cowboys team last week against the Knights, who are a rabble, had 23 errors. They had 23 errors in the game to wrap us up for the round. That was absolutely diabolical, but they still won 38-4. 38-4. They had 23 errors, which is the most errors in a single game by a team this season, right? So that is just diabolical. But they won 38 points to 4, which tells you where the Knights are at as a team, but it also just tells you the Cowboys can score. And although they defended well in that game, did they defend well in that game? I don't really know. It's just the Knights don't have any attack in them. They've only scored 306 points through 22 games this season. But yeah, look, overall, the Cowboys, they just aren't that great, but they can score points. I don't know how to predict this game in a day because ultimately the Tigers should be favourites. I'm going to tip the Tigers. Oh, am I going to tip the Tigers? The Cowboys can score, but there's just so many errors in them. I'm going to tip the Tigers. They got more to play for here today. They got more to play for. They are at home. I don't think this is a guarantee like Tigers fans would like to sell you a dream, but I do think the Tigers probably should get over the top of the Cowboys here today with the fact that they are a better team than them this year. But we'll have to see how it goes. Now, very quickly, let's get into the ladder because the Cowboys are already out in the field. The Cowboys are in 15th position on 21 points, minus 144 points differential, but who cares because it's uneven due to the draw with the Panthers. The Panthers are well above them. Now, the Cowboys, if they lose this game, will stay in 15th, but if they win this game, they will jump above the Rabbitohs. They will jump above the Parramatta Eels, and they will also jump above the St. George Illawarra Dragons, who are all on 22 points. They would go 23 points, 1 point below the Tigers. But they would go to 12th position for the end of round 25. So jump out of the bottom 4 and shut the Rabbits right back into third last. On the other side of the table, this is the important one. The Tigers are in 24 points on minus 107. That points differential is going to be your killer of your season. If you lose this game, obviously there's no more games this round. You will stay on 24 points, but then you are Again, not even mathematically out of the top 8 because there is still 2 games to play, but you are gone. And you are gone now, but at the end of the day, you would still be just 2 wins out and there's two games to go. You just need massive, massive miracle by... Yikes, it'd be the biggest miracle that ever happened. Bigger than Leicester winning 2016 in the Premier League. If the Tigers lose, they'll stay in 11th position on 24 points. If they win, they will also stay in 11th position on 24 points. No, 26 points they'll go. But they'll go equal with Manly and also the Dolphins on 26 points. But the Dolphins do have a massive points differential of plus 81. Despite conceding 160 points the last 3 weeks, they're still at plus 81. Manly are plus 4. And then the Tigers would be, if they won by 20, minus 87. Right, so even if they win by 20, 30 points, they're still minus 87, minus 77 points. And this is the problem with the Tigers. Now, the Cowboys will kick it off. The Tigers will get the ball at the 3. Jerome Luai gives it off to Terrell May, and he'll bring it out to the 15 on first tackle. So basically what needs to happen from here, the Tigers need to win this game and win this game well. They need Manly to lose next week to the Dragons. They need the Dolphins to lose next week to the Titans. And they need the Roosters to lose next week to the Storm. Doubt the Dolphins lose, and I doubt Manly lose, but the Roosters are likely to lose. And then you've also got the week after, where the Tigers also next week would have to go and beat the Canberra Raiders as well with that, right? And then... in round 27, you would need Manly to lose to the Warriors. You would need the Dolphins to lose to the Raiders. You would need the Roosters to lose to the Rabbitohs, and the Tigers to beat the Gold Coast Titans. So overall, there's a lot that needs to happen. You just need to win all 3 of your games, and that's about it. But at least you are in a discussion point, as unlikely as it is. But guys, obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Game has started here. We're a minute in, and it's going to be first tackle for the Cowboys at the 33. Beautiful day at Leichhardt, but beautiful day. Beautiful day at Leichhardt. Zev says, do you think Para played good yesterday? Well, they beat the Roosters, didn't they? So, yeah. Second tackle now for the Cowboys, and they're going to bring this ball out to the 40 on third tackle. Brenton says Tigers 13 plus. You'd think so. You'd hope so. They really should be doing it. But with the being said, the Cowboys can score points. They have gotten back to scoring form in the last month and a bit. It's just their defensive form is still very similar to recent seasons, except for that Knights game. But the Knights are the Knights. So yes, I'm for sure going with the Tigers in this one. I don't know if it should be for sure, but. This is still last year for the Cowboys. Tom Dearden will get it. He'll flick it back. Is that touched by a Tiger? No, it's still 6. It is 6 again. It has been touched, so it is 6 again for the Cowboys. And Ruben Cotter's going to bring this ball to the 25 on first tackle. I do get a bit of a weird gut feeling about Cows today, but I have gone and tipped the Tigers. And now Jason Taumalolo, he'll get this ball 15 metres away from the line on first tackle. Norman says, I'm surely going for Tigers at 13 plus. Oh, jeez, I just don't know if that's the play. I don't know if that's the play. The Cowboys can still score points. Scott Drinkwater's going to be 5 metres out. And they've had a better start here now. Second tackle, 5 metres away for the Cowboys. Reece Robson out the back, left-hand side. Jordan McLean, he's going to be 3 metres away from the line on third tackle. Third tackle, Reece Robson out to Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden out the back here to Drinkwater. Drinkwater kicks it through. I think that's played at. It is 6 again. It is 6 again here with the Cowboys, 15 metres away. Matt's on Sports TV says, do you see a world where Cowboys get up today? Absolutely, I do. You know, I've got a bit of a gut feeling the Cowboys get up today. But I have gone with the safe bet and said the Tigers to win because realistically they should. Because they're the only ones with something to play for this season. Cowboys are in purgatory for the rest of 2025. But I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm not convinced at the moment. I get the gut feeling the Cows win, but I am going with the safe option. Third tackle, 4 metres away from the line. Reece Robson. He will go left to Jake Clifford. Clifford shot ball into the line. Try time, Jeremiah Nay. The Cowboys will lead 4-0 with the kick to come. Maybe the gut feeling was onto something. Maybe the gut feeling was onto something. It is 4-0 with a kick to come to the Cowboys. Mitchell says, Spew, I couldn't go to this game. The first home game I've missed this year. Is it really? Or are you taking a piss? Is it really? Well, right now it's not looking. It looks like it might be a good one to miss. It's still very early. Obviously, it's only 4 minutes in, but it's not a great start there for the Tigers by any means with their any chance of top 8 aspirations. I'm still waiting for the ladder to update so I can update the Broncos and Panthers positions. Okay, there we go. So that's updated now. Now let me do this. Let me do this. So I'm going to scroll that one across. I'm just going to update the ladder because it is important, obviously, in regards to top 8 positions at the moment. And they're going to play another one bites the dust at Leichhardt, really? Is that what they're going to do? This is your stadium and you're playing another one bites the dust after you've conceded a try, really? Really? All right, conversion to come up here. And still waiting. Still waiting. Let's put this over here. I'm going to watch the conversion before I put that lad up. The Cowboys will get the kick. No, he's missed it. He has missed it. So it is saying 4-0 to the Cowboys at 5 minutes into the game. Okay, now I've got time to change this ladder. There we go. So that's updated. We're going to move these fraud alerts around a little bit. Fraud alert, you're up here. You are up here. I could have left it on the Panthers, to be fair, but we'll keep them off it for the time being. Roosters definitely on fraud alert. Manly on fraud alert. Scamford, Dolphins. Broncos there. Yeah, sweet. We're there. We're there. We're moving, baby. We are moving. There's the ladder, and now we're sweet. So 4-0 Cowboys. The Tigers will kick it off into the Cows, bringing it out from their own 5. Where it's going to be Jordan McLean, who brings it out of the 15 on first tackle. Olivia says, I've only missed one home game this season. I know that feeling. To be fair, over the last 3 years before this year, I hadn't missed a single Titans game, home or away. That was crazy. That was crazy. Mitchell says, no, not joking, other than Magic Round, if you count that. Yeah, no, we're counting it, just for the sake of wanting to count it, mate. I definitely want to count it. Definitely want to count it. I've never counted something more in my life than that. All right, so third tackle now for the Cowboys at the 30, and they're going to go to John Bateman, and Bateman's going to be at the 40 on fourth tackle. Yeah, Tigers are starting off really slow here, man. This isn't good signs. The Cowboys are making easy meters. Matt says, mate, the Broncos could win the comp this year and you'd still have them on fraud alert. You know they're not going to win the comp, mate. Let's not get too crazy about a win against the Knights. And also the Dolphins, who've conceded 64 and 58 on either side of that Broncos game. So there's with a great grab there at the 10. Good old school jersey for the Tigers. At the end of the day, what would you like me to do, Matt? Are you super confident you can beat all of the teams at the top? Can you beat the Raiders? Can you beat the Storm? Can you beat the Panthers? And sure, you can probably be confident you can beat the Bulldogs because you've beaten them twice this year. One with Origin players out for both teams, but also the other one was full strength. At the end of the day, there is still a lot of question marks around them. But it's like, cool, they beat the Knights by 46 points, but the Knights also got beaten 38 points to 2 with a 23 error-ridden Cowboys team last week. The Knights have lost to the Titans twice this year. So, like, the question's still there because the question's still there. And now it's going to be Braden Burns who gets his ball to the 25, and it'll be first tackle. Benny West says, do a live stream from outside, palm trees, tuk-tuks. Well, there's no tuk-tuks in Vietnam. Tuk-tuks aren't a thing. You either get the grab bikes, like the motorbike or the car. The tuk-tuks are Thailand and India and the likes. And now Jordan McLean will get this ball to the 45. I could do a live stream from outside, but it's just so hot, mate. It's so hot to do it outside. Tom did. You get Jay talking about my sweaty armpits the whole time. You know, he's got a fetish, that bloke. He really does. Fourth tackle here at the 35 for the Cowboys. Off to Tom Dearden. Dearden then to Tamalolo. Here we go. Out to Drinkwater. Drinkwater gets it off to Braden Burns. Braden Burns to the 30, the 25, the 20. Jeez, the Cowboys have been off to a hot start here. 20 metres out, fit tackle. And now off to Clifford. Clifford puts it up for Jackson Purdue. Tigers get it, and Dream Baller with a great grab. He'll bring it out at the 20 on first tackle. Great grab there. You know what? I'm getting the herbal inhaler out. Getting the herbal inhaler out, son. We're flying now. We are flying now. Tigers' final hope is still alive, I believe. Stop it, Daz, mate. Don't start me. Don't start me. All right, third tackle here at the 30. Terrell, mate. He'll get up to Jerome Luai. Luai to Fainu. And Fainu will get this ball to the 35 on fourth tackle. You'd need a frozen Coke off the streets. No, I've been having some great frozen pineapple and passion fruit juices recently. They're so good. And the coconut coffee, I'm going to get another one after this. Already had one this morning. I'm going to have another one after this. And the Cowboys. Oh, Tigers, good grab in the air. They get the offload away. And Adam Dewey. Oh, Dewey's going to be taking it out of the 10, but a really good grab there from the Tigers. We'll get him close, but the Cowboys will get the ball. Field possession is overrated. Anyway, yeah, a little bit overrated. Little bit overrated. So this game actually is shaping up to be a pretty good game, to be fair. The last game never looked like it was going to be good, but this is just an awkward, quirky one. Really is. So the Cowboys now at the 15. And they'll get this ball out to the 20 on second tackle. No, back to the 15, Braden Burns. I'm allergic to pineapple. I'm so sorry. I love pineapple. I'm obsessed with pineapple, man. It's great. Jackson Purdue. And he'll get this ball to the 30, in the 35. Great run. He's away at the 45, the 50. He's got Reece Robson following up underneath. He's got Reece Robson here. He gives it to Reece Robson. Robson taken out of the 18, third tackle. 10 minutes gone in the first half. 30 minutes to go. Hit that like button and subscribe. The Cowboys off to an incredible start here in this game. Tom Dearden out to Scott Drinkwater. Scott Drinkwater gets it across quickly. Sammy Valame. 2-0 time for the Cowboys. I should have gone with my gut. Should have gone with my damn well gut. I never do it. I never do it, guys. I never do it. I should have gone with my gut and said Cows. A long way to go in this game, but I should have gone with my gut, man. 8-0 to kick to come. Dasmate says, Tigers, all they need now is to win out. Storm defeat Roosters. Waz defeat Manly. Rays defeat Dolphins. Final strap broken. Daz, I want to time you out. I really, really, really want to time you out, mate. Really do. Zespi says, still can't believe Walsh almost stopped my parlay. Well, why do you care? Because he did. He still got it. He still got the try. The try time for the Cowboys, and they got a chance to take a 10-0 lead here, son. Jeremiah Nate, Sammy Valame with the tries. Hunt says, every team that had to win to make it easier to place top 8 and fail, didn't all 9 teams that had to win to knock the Tigers out of dog shit? Oh, hold on. We needed a comment somewhere. We needed a comma somewhere here, Hunt. When every team that had to win to make it easier to place top 8 and failed, didn't all 9 teams that had to win to knock the top... Can we do that comment again? I think I kind of understand what you're trying to say here, that the teams that were expected to win, like Roosters... Can we do that comment again, please? Especially the Dolphins. So I think what you're trying to say, I want to try and do it, is that you're saying the Dolphins should have won, which knocks the Tigers out effectively. Roosters should have won, which also would have knocked the Tigers out effectively. Cowboys get the kick, so it will be 10-0 here, Cowboys, with 29 minutes to go first half. Now, can we just do that comment again so it's easier to read, Hunt? All right, so 10-0 Cows, 11 minutes in, hot start. Mouthy said if Tigers fans weren't in disbelief about their season being over, well, they just said, hold my beer. Well, Tigers fans still believe they're a chance at the 8, dude. Casey says, let's go Cowboys. 29 minutes left first half, and this has just been a red-hot start by a team that can attack. But if the Tigers get an opportunity in the line, they can also score because the Cowboys give it up. Sean James says, Daz, normally I would say if your auntie had balls, she would be your uncle, but in 2025, it's not true nowadays. That is valid. That is valid. Jordan McLean at the 10. You'd know. You'd know, wouldn't you, Sean? Then again, it's not really a nowadays thing in Thailand. How long's that been? It's been like forever. Jackson Purdue here. Jackson Purdue. Oh, taking out the 25. Good run. Second tackle. He's off to a red-hot start himself. And Braden Burns, he's been very affluent. He'll be at the 33. Case says, Tigers can't make the 8 unless they somehow score 180 points the next couple of games and Roosters lose every game. Correct. I've been saying this. People keep trying to... That's a knock-on from Jeremiah Nays. The Tigers will get their first opportunity of the game. 43 minutes out. I've been trying to say it, but Tigers fans call me hater. They call me hater. I've been called a Tigers hater all year long, even though I actually like the Tigers to do well. They just don't like me giving my actual opinion. My actual opinion about the situation where the Tigers are. They can't make the 8. They can't. Dion says, first time in years, a Tigers fan that I've been able to have a little bit of hope. Well, that's the thing you've got to be happy for. Be happy that you could have a little bit of hope, but like on a realistic, neutral level, the Tigers just simply cannot make the 8 this year. They cannot. But like mathematically speaking, sure, but they just simply cannot. Tigers now at the 30. There's way too much that needs to happen. Way too much. But at least it gives you some entertainment that you're not just sitting in last place like every year. That's why I say be very, very happy that you've been in this position. But they're not going to make the top 8. So Cotaway Sow out to Adam Dewey. Dewey at the 30. And Dewey taking out the 15. Third tackle. Big hater right here. Massive hater, Mitchell. Massive, massive hater. Cotaway Sow. 6 again for the Tigers. 5 minutes out. Cowboys, they don't mind conceding a try or two every couple of minutes. And they'll give it to Alex Twell, and Twell will be 8 metres away from the line. 8 metres out. Abby Cotaway Sow, out to Adam Dewey. Dewey then underneath. And the Tigers will be 5 metres away through Fayenu. Third tackle, Cotaway Sow. Out to Dewey. Dewey underneath to Luai. Luai short ball. Fainu. Somewhere to Fainu. No, 2 metres out. 4 tackle. 4 tackle. And now it's going to be Alex 12. 12 will get this ball to the 8 on 5th tackle. And Cottery's out. Off to Dewey. Dewey. Tigers. Brett Naden on 5th tackle. Just get taken out to 5. Mounty says Tigers could have a big season next year. Next year's never promised, but still a lot of work the Tigers need to do to improve. But yeah, no, they've had a good year in comparison to recent years, which is why people have that belief. I could see them being in a pretty similar place to where they are this year, next year. I still think there needs to be a bit of improvement in their forward pack overall. Maybe not even their forward pack. Maybe they're 2 through 5. But you know, Kotoi, Sau, Luai, Dewey, and Buller are pretty good spine. That's a great run there from Jason Tamalotto to the 35. This is huge meters the Cowboys are making. Like, they really are making big meters. And there's an injury here for the Tigers. And it's Adam Dewey too. He's going to come out he's probably going to come out for the game here. It's a head injury, and he doesn't look like it's a bad... I think his left knee, has hit Dewey. I don't think Dewey will be back. That's unfortunate. The only issue with the Tigers, this is a very niche thing to talk about, but if you're looking at the injuries this season, now let's go to the NRL physio. If you're looking at the injuries this season, physio, the Rabbitohs have had 265 at the top. The Tigers are in 17th with 61. So the Tigers are the least injured team this year. And they've still only managed to get 11th. Now, in comparison to recent years, it's a successful season. A very successful season. And this is, God bless Adam Dewey, man, because he is still down injured right now, which is giving us time to talk about this. But the Tigers are at 61. The next worst is Panthers at 73, Raiders at 80, Warriors at 83, Bulldogs at 86. So 4 of those teams there, Panthers obviously were in the top 4 last week. Now they're down in 7th. Raiders in 1st, Warriors in 4th, and Bulldogs in 3rd. So 4 of the bottom 5 teams there for the least amount of injuries this year are in the top 5. Well, again, Panthers dropped off 7 this week, but overall have been in the top 5. The Tigers are the only team there that aren't even in the top 8 and are down there in 11th position regardless of a win here today. So it's like they've kind of been kissed on the dick a lot of ways in regards to injuries this year, which is really beneficial for them to get themselves out of the funk. But it just takes a couple of injuries to go down where the teams at the bottom of the table. Rabbitohs, 265. The Dragons, 150. Cowboys, 142. Roosters, 141. Storm done well considering 129. Titans, 128. Sharks, 126. All the teams in the top 8 of Dolphins, Sharks, Titans, Storm, Roosters, Cowboys, Dragons, and Rabbitohs have had double the amount of injuries of the Tigers at minimum. At minimum. The Rabbitohs have had over 4 times the amount of injuries the Tigers have had. Over 4 times. And the Rabbitohs are situated on 22 points. The Tigers are situated on 24 points. So that tells you quite a bit. It does. And the Rabbitohs still have a bye. So the Rabbitohs still could finish above the Tigers this year, despite the fact the Rabbitohs have had 265 injuries on a collective games basis, compared to the Tigers at 61. That's 4 times. 60, 120, 180, 240. It's over 4 times. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hossamule says, let's look at this season, all behind Luai. Correct, but you have to compare it to previous years to say this is a very successful season for him. So Adam Dewey will come off for a HIA. He won't be back today, unfortunately. Nate's got to love some My Sharona with the knack Leichhardt on a Sunday, mate. Yeah, get around it. Yeah, get around it, mate. Bit of My Sharona. My Sharona. So 4th tackle of the Cowboys at 35, and now they're going to kick it on 4th, weirdly enough. But the Tigers will get this ball at the 22 through Dream Buller, and Dream Buller's going to bring it out now to the 35. Again, that is a crazy stat, Sean. People will look at it from me saying it, and they'll be like, oh no, you're just hating on the Tigers. And I'm not. I'm just literally reading you off a stat that is saying that the Tigers have had 4 times less injuries, and it's actually more than 4 times, it's like 4 and a bit, but 4 and a bit more times injuries, 4.5 effectively, times more injuries for the Rabbitohs and the Tigers, and yet next week with the Rabbitohs getting the bye, they could be above the Tigers, dependent on this result, and if the Tigers lose next week to the Canberra Raiders. Mandy says, honest question, what do you think the Titans need to do, become a dominant force, change everything in the club. Fit tackle now. Latu Fainu kicks that one up, and that should be an easy one here for Braden Burns. Oh, but the Cowboys get whacked in the tackle at the 5. Braden Burns, gee whiz. Good grab, though. Middle says kicking game is gone. Fantastic. It's gone. It's gone. Cases I love Ashley Klein as a cutie. That's a weird comment. That's a weird comment. Semi Valame, third tackle to the 20. At least the Tigers have slowed down, giving the Cowboys all these just crazy meters. But the 4, Tamalolo knocks the ball on, and here comes the Tigers. For Norpoilet, 0 tackle at 20. Here's your chance. Here is your chance. So the Tigers at the 20. Now off to Terrell May, and Terrell May is going to be 18 metres away from the line. First tackle. First tackle. Kotowis now off the left to Fainu. Fainu to Jerome Luai. Luai to Dream Buller. Here we go. Chance here for the Taruva. He will get taken in the tackle. 5 metres out. Second tackle. Come on, Tigers. Make this a game. Make a game of it here. Brent Naden gets it across to Luai. Luai off to Funopole. And Funopole will be 15 metres away. Third tackle. As I last week, Cowboys had a really close game against the Eels in this time slot 2 weeks back. Jerome Luai. He'll be 8 metres away, 4th tackle. And penalty to the Tigers. Penalty to the Tigers, I think, for a high contact. Hold him out, yeah, people. Valid. But Luai, will be contacted high by Reece Robson there with a flailing left arm. Down 10-0. They will not be taking the 2 unless they're Nate J and the Dragons. Taking the 2 is probably the case with Nate J. So first tackle now for the Tigers. They'll beat the 5. Brian says, what do you think of the new referee who debuted last week, the one who ref the game against the Cowboys vs Knights? 1 second. Let's do this set, and then I'll reply to that. Tigers here, Tigers here, Tigers here, Tigers here, Tigers in! Try time for the Tigers. It is Taylor May, and it will be 10-4 to the Cowboys with a kick to come to the Tigers. So what do I think about the new referee? Didn't think he had a good game yesterday for the Titans Warriors. I thought it was fine last week in the Cowboys vs Knights. Nothing spectacular. But yesterday I wasn't impressed by him in the Titans versus Warriors game overall for both teams. But also, very askew a couple of calls against the Titans, which I heavily disagree with. But like overall, he's just a new referee. He's just getting filtered in. Let's see how he goes on a more consistent basis. But the Tigers will score. Tigers win, shifting their momentum. What, Michael? Well, yeah, they've scored 1 try. We're still very early in this game. And that will be... Try down, tell him, mate. It's still only 18 minutes into the game, man. If you tip the Tigers pre-game, you'd still be tipping the Tigers now. If you tip the Cowboys pre-game, you'd still be tipping the Cowboys now. So Talon May, season 3. He has scored 3 tries this season since coming in. Which is only about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Les is kind of want Tigers to lose so their fans stop with his top 8 charge. No, give them some breathing space. Allow them to have a bit of happiness. They've had a really tough last 15 years, and it's still tough. But if they want to have some form of hope and belief, then go for it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to give you a realistic opinion. But I'm still okay with Tigers fans, giving themselves an opportunity. All right, so Tigers here from the 25, left-hand side. Apisai, Kotoi Sao will... Man, hits the post. Hits the post. Almost went from a scuff shot to an actual decent curler, but then it hits the post and misses. So it will stay a 6-point game, 10-4 Cows. Both teams have missed a kick. Okay, says grand final predictions. I'm going with Titans vs Storm. It's very basic, but it's basic for a reason. I am saying Raiders Storm. Frank says, oh, wait, Adam Dewey's actually Category 2, so he actually can come back onto the game. That's actually crazy considering what we saw. We've seen much less go for Category 1s, but he has only been given a Category 2, so he's okay. Frank says, how good was Talon May been ever since he came back? 3 tries in 4 weeks. He's built my trust back in me and has done great to change his life around. Yeah, no, it's good to see. It's good to see that he's performing at a good level. It is really good to see. Now, let's see what he can do on a consistent level from 2026 onwards. But, no, he has been good in this last little stanza of the season. Yeah, Adam Cat 2 may return. That's wild to think about considering, he was down. Wild to think about. Now, third tackle here for the Tigers, and they'll be at the 35. So Funopole off to Api Kotowai-Sau, and then Latu Fainu. He'll get this ball to the 40 on fourth tackle. 20 minutes in, 20 minutes to go of the first half. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Here's a bit of a cat. Hey, who? What, Adam Dewey? What did Adam Dewey do to you? Why is Adam Dewey a bit of a cat? He got a HIA and looked like he was down and out. The ball's allowed to bounce here. Tigers. It goes backwards. Api Kotowai-Sau on fifth. He should have kicked it. He should have kicked. Oh, that says 6 again. No, they're going to say Tigers knock on. Tigers will have to challenge this. Okay, so they're going to challenge this here, the Tigers. They said the Cowboys knocked it on. Yeah, I would have expected him to sit the rest of the game, though, Mitchell. But no, apparently it was Cat 2, so he can play. But 20 minutes left. I don't know here. I don't know. Braden Burns up for it. To be fair, Cowboys may not have touched that ball. To be fair, this might be a complete air swing by both Brent Naden and Braden Burns. Does it? I don't know if there's a touch. Both players are competing for the ball. That's fine, but I think they're both air swing at this. Yeah, there's no touch. Tigers fans are claiming there's a touch. I can't see a touch there. This is just going to be a lost challenge. And then Tigers get the ball there. It goes backwards. This is going to be an unsuccessful challenge for the Tigers. This is going to be an unsuccessful challenge. I would have been okay with an inconclusive, but... Oh, maybe there's a touch there from Jackson Purgey, but who touches it first? Jackson Purgey's hand is inside, but does the Tigers player touch it first for a knock-on into him? Well, it's... Jackson Purgey touches the ball there. That's very lucky. That's very lucky because that's not what the Tigers were challenging. The Tigers were actually challenging the original one from Brent Naden. Not Brent Naden, from Braden Burns. And they're going to get away with one there because it's going to be touched by Jackson Purgey. And Kotowai-Sau, it's actually good that he didn't kick that ball. Rev Signal 6 again, replay the last tackle. So it's going to be challenge successful. 20 minutes to go first half. Thumbs up, subscribe. Tigers with the ball 10 metres out. 10 metres out. A little bit of dark clouds around. The sun is out now, but a little bit of dark clouds in the area. Hopefully it doesn't start raining. Appy's happy, yeah, for sure. Oh, no, so Adam Dewey has failed his HIA. No, he did fail his HIA. Okay, so now Dewey won't be back. Oh, sure. Second tackle now at the 13. That makes sense, but, he failed his HIA. That's what we were expecting. Tigers now 4 metres away from the line, third tackle. So Tigers do lose a lot of attack, though, with Adam Dewey out. But Latufoni will just go straight to that 7 roll. Let's take a Lou Weiss and a Torova. Good defense there from Tom Dearden on the wing. So Tom Dearden locks him down at the 5. Torova rolls it back to Taylor May. And now it's Tigers for Nuapole. No for Nuapole. No for Nuapole. No. Mitchell says idiot. I'm astounded by it. I'm astounded that he's reached out for this. It's a double movement, lads. Well, yes, it is actually, Voss. Stop it. He's got his arm on his leg. Voss, don't lie to the audience. Voss, don't dumb it down for the audience. It is a double movement. Don't say the tackle's not complete because he has hit his arm on the ground. It is a black and white textbook ruling here that is a no-try double movement. That's why no try is already on the screen, Voss. I don't even know why you're arguing it because the Cowboys player still has his arm around the leg of the Tigers player. And also Funopole has also acknowledged that he got that wrong because he looked straight up and said, fuck. Right? So Andrew Voss saying to the mainstream audience right now that no, the tackle hasn't been completed is absolutely ludicrous from Andrew Voss, who should know way better to even question question that call when it is literally black and white that we knew from before it happened? The player himself knew it because he acknowledged it immediately, and now we got Voss saying that's a try. It's a disservice to the game of rugby league to commentate that and say that that was a try from Andrew Voss. That is wild that he's saying that it is a potential controversy. There is no world in any way that anyone sees that as a try. How on earth is Voss arguing this is a try? Like, Cowboys are 4 tackle now at the 20, by the way, after the penalty for the double movement. And it makes no sense. Like, it's actually infuriating. It is infuriating because that's going to be a lost ball from Reece Robinson. Tigers hit the ball here at the 10. Like, Voss, are you on the Tigers books or something? Because that makes no sense how you could have that opinion. Like, it makes no sense because now you're going to get casuals out there. Now, this is the reason why we get annoyed, because you'll get casual fans out there who don't watch every single game or don't know all the rules of the game that will listen to the commentary, which is Voss and Mick Ennis right now. Mick Ennis will be, the Cowboys are going to challenge this. They're going to listen to every word the commentary says and say, well, they're professionals, they're paid to do this, they know what they're talking about. Well, Andrew Voss, I actually don't mind him half the time, but in that instance, it is such a disservice for him to argue that call. Such a disservice. Because they will now believe that they've been robbed of a try. Yeah, this is going to be an unsuccessful challenge for the Cowboys. He's lost the ball. FKM said, I swear Vossi will just say anything controversial these days. Yeah, well, it's just stupid. Like, that comment was just stupid. If there is a legitimate question mark, then sure. But, like, the player himself at the time did not celebrate because he knew it was a double movement. You know what I mean? Like, there's no question mark about it. Any level. Any level. No question mark. Oh, jeez. Frank says, I would take Dan Ghanaian commentary. Oh, Tigers here, left-hand side. And Sonia Todorova at the 20, the 25, the 3rd. No, he goes back. And fended away from 1. Now he's at the 30, the 35, and gets out of the 40. Great run from Sonia Todorova. Great run. So Cowboys now at the 40. And Kotoi Sau, it'll be... What's happening here? There's a biffo at the moment. What's happening here? There's 3rd tackle. They haven't stopped the game yet. There's a biffo in back play. There's a biffo in back play. Now they're coming back into it. What just happened? This game's all over the shop right now. And Alex Twell will be at the 35 on 4 tackle. Terrell May was having a little bit of a biffo with someone from the Cows. And now Dream Buller for the Tigers will be at the 20 on 5th tackle. Kotoi Sau to Latufonu, then on to Jerome Luai. Luai across this while Fainu kicks it through for himself, but it will be... Why kicked away? Semi Valame had the ball there, but Drinkwater kicks it away, sure. Anyway, so it's going to be a dropout coming up from the Cows to the Tigers here. Yeah, Drinkwater has just taken no chance and kicked it away, but I'm pretty certain Semi Valame would have had that ball 3 metres out. It would have been their ball. Yeah, Valame would have had that. I don't know why Drinkwater's kicked that. But anyway, dropout coming up. Valame 100% gets that ball, Drinkwater. It's not even a dropout, actually. So we kicked it out over the sidelines, but it's actually at the 10s. They don't get a chance of getting the ball back, too. Wrong play there from Drinkwater. So Tigers, Latufonu, he'll give it back to his brother. And Fonu will roll it back now to Api Kotoi Sau. Then on to Latufonu. Then on to Jerome Luai. Luai all the way across here to Todorova. But Todorova will get taken down at the 5. 2 Fijians going up against each other in Semi Valame and Sonia Todorova today on that left-hand wing for the Tigers and right-hand wing for the Cows. They go quick, short side. Taylor May. Try time for the Tigers in the corner. Try time for Taylor May. That's another try from today. That's his 2nd try of the day. And it is 10-8 with a kick to come for the Tigers. They can tie the game up right now. That was a really nice short side play there. Really nice. Really nice short side play. So go left-hand side and Samuel Alafoni with a nice pass. Taylor May is going to be too strong there. But Tom Dearden's been doing well defensively down this right edge. You can't blame Tom Dearden for that. At the end of the day, he has to cover the centre and the winger not being in their place. Dearden's all the way across at Luai there, and yet he's still been the only one to make a play here on the defence because both the centre and the winger for the Cowboys are inwards, which means Taylor May is out by himself alongside... Oh! No, he does get that down, but there was a little bit of a bubble there, but I think he does get that down. Have they confirmed the try yet? I think he does get that ball down, but it looked like the ball might have, try confirm now. Brendan Eslick says typical Cows defense in the half. Correct. So 5th career try double for Taylor Mate. Taylor Mate's off contract in 2026. Yeah, he'll get re-signed. I'm actually really impressed that Tom Dearden's gotten across there to make an attempt at that. All right. Well, big kick here from the sideline, especially now with Dewey not being able to take the kicks, because Dewey would normally be their kick taker. But now he's off the field for the rest of the game. He failed his HIA. That was really good stuff from Jerome Luai, though, to switch that play back to the short side. So, Api Kotowisau back on the kicking duties for the Tigers. This is literally on the sideline, and he will... Oh, you can't ask for a better kick than that from the big Fijian Api Kotowisau over the black dot. And it is a tie game at 10-10. Tie game at 10-10, son. 14 and a half minutes to go the first half. That is a beautiful kick, son. Beautiful kick. Well, at least we've got a good game here. At least we've got a good game to finish off the round, hopefully. Cowboys got off to a hot start. Tigers got themselves back into it. Still 54 minutes to go of the game. Tigers fighting for a mathematical equation. Cowboys are literally in purgatory. So they're just going for pride at the moment. All right, so the Cows will kick this to the Tigers. Jerome Luai, 5 metres out. And now it's going to be Fanua Pole with a great run to the 18. Love the Tigers jerseys. Yeah, given real solid 2005 vibes about it when they won the premiership. Actually, is this the same kind of jersey? Maybe it's a little bit lighter of an orange than the Tigers. Yeah, definitely more lighter of an orange than that Tigers 2005 jersey. Max Watson says, are there any big name players off contract at the end of this year? I don't think so. The big name off contract players ultimately would have been signed by now, November 1st of last year. But you can go on zero tackle and see the off contracts. And now the Cowboys will pick this ball up at the 10. And they're going to bring it out to the 30. Now to the 25 on first tackle. They got taken back. The Knights bottom of the table. No, the Knights are in 16th position, man. 16th position. But one win for the Titans in their last 2 games should probably avoid them the spoon. They play the Dolphins and the Tigers. They just need to win one of those 2 because I don't see the Knights beating either of them. Either the Sharks or the Eels. If they've got a chance, it is against the Eels, but I don't see them beating. Don't see them beating either team there, so it just comes down to the Titans winning one of those 2 games. Because the Titans do actually have a better points differential than the Knights. Cowboys here. They'll get this ball to the 40. Thomas McHale. Fit tackle at the 40. Reece Robson, Jake Clifford. Well, Nene is offside. This has to be a penalty. Yeah, he's been called out of it. Knocked back here from the Cows, though. Tom Dearden. He's at the 10. Charged down there from the Tigers. Will get knocked backwards. Oh, my goodness me. Where's the ball? They will be a dropout. That was a scuff play. Luckily that Jeremiah Nagel got called out and then didn't make a play at the tackle. But then the Tom Dearden gets the ball, tries to get it across. The Tigers slap it down and then end up getting taken back in the in-goal. So it's a dropout here from the Tigers. Yeah, he was about 2 metres in front of the kick, so he does get called out and doesn't get involved in the play. And then Dearden, if he gets that kick working, like if that wasn't charged down by Latu, I actually think Dearden should have faked the kick, rolled around to the left, and they would have had an easy try. A short kick will... Oh my gosh, that goes past the 10. This is actually Tigers' ball. Yeah, it has bounced. That's really good kick. This will be Tigers' ball at the 11. That's very lucky there. You can't blame the Cowboys for that. It's a perfect kick from the Tigers. Dion says the Eels are good at the moment. Crazy how one player can change a whole team. Yes and no. They still lost to the Rabbitohs last week, even though the Rabbitohs got a 40-0 win over the Dragons. The Eels still looked pretty poor against the Rabbits when they lost 18-16, 18-14 or whatever it was last week. But the Eels should be able to beat the Knights, yes. Benny West's tied game sounds like bondage. Go Tigers. Yeah, don't know how we're talking about bondage again on this channel, but it's been a trending theme recently. Getting a little bit weird. Getting a little bit testy on the channel. And penalty to the Tigers. Penalty to the Tigers off the scrum for offside. So Jackson Purge will be called for the offside there. There is one player, DCE. I guess, yeah, DCE would be the one player off contract, Brenton. That is the big player. I'll quickly have a look at zero tackle. 0 tackle off contract. There are numerous players off contract 2025 by position. It's telling me to verify that I'm human. I am human. I am. All right, so Tigers now. Let's just react to this set first. Second tackle, 35 metres out. 10 minutes to go the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 10 minutes to go the first half. It is tied at 10-10. Cowboys were red hot. And then the Tigers, they got back into the 10-10 ball game. Tigers at third tackle at 30. Kodoi gives it out to Latu Fainu. Fainu underneath Alex 12. Great defensive tackle by Thomas McHale. Fourth tackle. I think it's McHale, not McHale, but anyway. And now Brent Naden, he'll cross to the 15. Fifth tackle now. Fifth tackle, Kodoi he'll go across. Latu Fainu. Fainu, short ball into Sione. Sambola Fainu, it's a knock on. Cowboys get the ball at 10. All right, so off contract. So there's not much. Jesus, not much. Cody Walker is. Cody Walker and Josh Schuster. And 5'8". Fullback is Corey Allen, William Kennedy, Dane Laurie, and Blake Taff. Centre is Josh Felitti, Morgan Harper, Moani Hiroti, Deloise Hoita, Israel Leota, Brent Naden, Aaron Shoop, Harley Smith-Shields, and Tommy Talau. Halfback Jake Arthur, Delhi Cherry Evans, Jackson Hastings, Drew Hutchison, and Sean O'Sullivan. Cowboys now third tackle at 30. Hooker is Jaden Beryl, Gordon Chancum-Tong, Zach Docker-Clay, Harrison Graham, Daniel Levi, Sonny Luke, Joey Lussick, Tyler Moriarty, Corey Pakes, Luke Summerton, and Jake Turpin. Lock is Adam Elliott, Kobe Hetherington, Justin Matamua, Riley Price, and Mason Teague. Jeez, a lot of forwards. 1 second. And Cowboys are going to get called for a forward pass here at the 42. So Tigers are going to get another attacking opportunity here. The whole crowd went up for that. The whole crowd went up for that one. Then props-wise, Bunty Afoa, Tom Ali, Viliami Fafino, Wiremu Grigg, Saliva Havili, Jack Hetherington, Jaden Hunt, Corey Jensen, David Clemmer, Ben Liu, Jordan Martin, Jordan McLean, Shakai Mitchell, Davi Mawali, Mark Nichols, Josh Papali'i, he'll stay. Siwa Takiaho, that's a big signing. Lazarus Varlepu and Michael Wonga. Second row is Jacob Alakwinki, Fletcher Baker, Kenneth Bromwich, Raymond Fatala Mariner, Ryan Foran, Thomas Fletcher, Jack Kasiewski, Harrison Hassett, Jacob Host, Felice Kafusi, Ativali Lusati. Oh, Tigers here, Taylor May at 25. First tackle here for the Tigers. 22 May's out. Ativali Lusati, Ben Lovett, Dean Madison, Preston Ricky, Jamal Shibasaki, and Brennan Toomuth. Now, Tigers here, second tackle, 18 metres away. And they've got the wingers of Hayes Dunster, Sione Finau, Tony Francis, Albert Abawade, Sam Stone Street. Tigers now 10 metres out. It's Royce Hunt. He's 5 metres away. Third tackle. I'll get back to that in a second. Third tackle, 5 metres away. Kodoi Sao, Latu Fainu, Jerome Luai. He fakes it, not the play. Fourth tackle now 10 metres away. 8 minutes to go the first half. Kodoi Sao to Latu Fainu. Fainu up to Alex 12. And 12 will be 5 metres away from the line. Fifth tackle. Kodoi Sao, Luai kicks it through, didn't play that, and he'll be in the field of play 1 metre out from his own line. Wingers Hayes Dunson, Sione Finau, Tony Francis, Albert Abawade, Sam Stone Street, Raymond Tuimayolo Viega, Semi Valamo, and Blake Wilson. So realistically, the players that I'll be looking at there, I think Blake Wilson's a big shout for teams that would need a winger. Third tackle at the 10. I think Semi Valamo is also a shout enough, and that's a penalty to the Cowboys at the 10. They're very lucky because they won't get meters there. Penalty to the Cowboys to get out of their own line. The back row wise, I'd only really be looking at maybe Raymond Fatala Mariner. Maybe. It's not a great deal of players there. Props wise, you'd probably be looking at Corey Jensen. Davin Mawali, maybe. Takiaho. See what Takiaho. Locks wise, maybe Kobe Hetherington. Hooker wise, Zach Docker-Clay's not a bad shout. And Gordon Chancum-Tong. A couple of these guys could have been signed though, they might not have updated it. Second tackle here for the Cowboys, they'll beat the 50. Leon says Zach Docker-Clay, good little play. Yeah, that's what I was just saying just then. Tasman says not much, but Dogs legend Zach Docker-Clay is a free agent. So Cowboys now will be 45 metres out, third tackle. Max Watson says he can't say no big names and Drew Hutchison in the same sentence. And 6 again here for the Cowboys. So Jake Clifford out the back here to Tom Dearden. Dearden short ball to Nene. No one following him up though. First tackle for the Cowboys in the 40. Benny West says West Magpies had the best mascot. The joint venture ruined the Magpies. Do you know how many spoons the West Magpies had? Let's not say ruined the Magpies. Do you know how bad the West Magpies were as a club? So Tom Dearden, he'll get his ball to the 25. They had like 16 spoons, bro. I think Balmain had like 5. Third tackle for the Cowboys. They're at the 20. They give it to Graham, and he'll be 10 metres out. Fourth tackle. Cowboys back on the attack. You know they can score points. They give it to Tom Dearden. Dearden at the back now. Drinkwater kicks it across. It's a good kick in a good area, but it's going to be a 7-tackle set. It's going to be a 7-tackle set. Middle says Wilson's gone to Manly. There you go. Levi says I'd take Bunty's a Manly fan. Bunty's really good for a real hard hit off the kickoff, but overall he can be quite lackluster outside of that. Tigers taking that to 45. The atmosphere here at Leichhardt is huge right now. It's going to be first tackle for the Tigers. Now second, and they'll be at the 45 on the Cowboy side of the field. They're making huge meters here. Bulk meters, 35 meters and 2 tackles. All right, so the Tigers, they'll get this ball here to the 32. Third tackle. Kotoi Sau. He'll go to Latufonu. Latufonu gives it out here to Jerome Luai. I seriously doubt Highland is actually a Warriors fan. I think he's a troll at this point. And Tigers here will get taken down at the 13 on 4 tackle. Nate says Jimmy Sadaris, Maggie's great. Leon says they beat the Knights, mate. Chancy Samwatafonu. No, 2 metres out of the line. Fifth tackle. Taylor May. He'll go across here to Jerome Luai. Luai at the 15. Not the play here. He slowed everything down. Then he'll give it across here to Taylor May. What is happening here? Cowboys, can you make a tackle or anything? And Cowboys will pick this ball up at the 5. Cowboys not even trying to make a tackle. Tigers just walking with the ball. That was really slow. All right. Second tackle. 4 minutes to go here. 4 minutes to go of the first half, and it is 10-10. Third tackle now for the... Oh, that's a strip. That's a penalty. Yeah, 2 and 1 on the tackle. Absolutely. It's the correct call. They're taking a quick tap here. He's allowed to do it. Oh, there was a player in front of him. He was standing in front of him. Yeah, it's the correct call. Lagan says, wouldn't mind Gussie Gould having a Chinese meal and deal with Lazarus Valepu? Yeah, he's solid as a big runner of the ball. But hasn't necessarily done much. All right, Cowboys now. We first tackle at the 45 on the Tiger side of the field. NRL 360 live tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Can't wait to not watch it. Cowboys now will be at the 35 second tackle. Mitchell says, our kicking game is seriously shot for the rest of the season. Well, Adam Dewey, no, without the kicks is a big brutal blow. Tigers probably would have actually gone on with this, with the way this game's played out with Dewey there. Because, yeah, your kicking game does really need him. Out to, here's a go for the Cows, Jackson Purdue, good defensive tackle there by Brent Naden at the 10. Fourth tackle here for the Cowboys, all the way across. What is this bloke doing? That is absolutely wild. Now the Tigers are away. Jerome Lua at the 25 to the 30, the 35, Taylor May gets his ball to the 40, the 45 to 50. He flicks the ball back onto the inside. The Tigers are just over. He's now at the 45 to 40, the 35 to 30. He's still going here at the 25, the 20. Jareem Buller. That's a try time. You're fucked, Cowboys. That's actually outrageous. That's a good try from the Tigers, but that's hilarious from the Cowboys. Who is the idiot who put his hand up there and knocked that ball on? Who is the idiot at the other end of the field that has taken away a try from the Cowboys and gifted it to the Tigers? That was great work from the Tigers to score this try. That was great work for them to pass that ball around. But who is the idiot who puts his hand up for a ball that wasn't meant for him, that knocks the ball on from a guaranteed try for this? Look at this. They're 5 metres out. The ball wasn't for you. The Tigers then pick it up at the 5. They run all the way up the other end of the field, 95 metres. It's a great try here for the Tigers, but who is the idiot who put his hand up there for the ball? That is mind-baffling. The ball was not for you. You have just cost your team 12 points. And I say that because the Cowboys would have been up 16-10, and now the Tigers are up 16-10 because of some muppet who went and got selfish for a ball that was not his. That is incredible. That is incredible stuff. Dear me. But good stuff for the Tigers there. That's a great work try, especially with the passing game up the 95 metres, getting about 5-6 players involved in it. It's a really big try there under the post at Leichhardt. It got by 6 points with 1 minute to go here of the first half. But that is hilarious. That is hilarious from North Queensland. That is actually hilarious. Frank says, Reid Marnie to the Cowboys 2026. Was it a good call made by the Cowboys? Yes. Or no, what's your thoughts? Yes, Reid Marnie to the Cowboys is a good signing. Brent says, surprised Highlanders didn't say yesterday that Wires were going to beat the Titans by 50. Highlanders doesn't know what he's talking about 24/7. A minute to go in the first half. That's a great play try. It's a great try from the Tigers. It's mind-blowing from the Cowboys to give them the opportunity with that knock on. But it's a great try from the Cowboys, especially Taylor May's flick pass to Sunyaturova. That was really good stuff. Now he says cows are crumbling. Well, they were going to score a try if they had just left that ball. Whoever knocked the ball on, whoever left that, they were going to score a try at the post. But instead he got selfish, put his hands up, knocked the ball on, and the Tigers run the length of field. Incredible. Really incredible. So the Tigers, we're going to kick 16-10, but it's an amazing try regardless. It's an amazing try regardless. Here we go. So it's drink water. Reece Robson, bro. The ball wasn't for you, Robson. The ball wasn't for you, Reece Robson. Deary me, Robson. You've just blown a 6-point lead and you've gone down by 6. Well, Sean Jones says there's a pub footy mental picture I've got in my head. Is that right? Yeah, well, Tigers got a great try. It was fantastic from the Tigers throwing the ball around to go 95 metres. And the atmosphere here at Leichhardt is really driving this Tigers team at the moment, you can tell. Eddie says, my Cowboys will win, go the Cowboys. Not if they're going to have plays like that from Reece Robson. Terrell May, he'll get this ball to the 40. This should be the halftime score with 40 seconds left here. It should be. He's lost the ball there. Yeah. Cowboys, you're going to be quick. 33 seconds to go the first half. You're going to be quick at the 43. Don't bother challenging this, Tigers. It's right. It's about to be half time. There's no point potentially burning a challenge at this stage. 23 seconds left, 22 seconds. And there's 21 seconds left. Okay, Tigers, don't give away a penalty. And definitely don't give away a try. But the atmosphere here at Leichhardt is solid. You can really feel it at the moment. Is that game against the Raiders next week, Mitchell? Is that at Leichhardt, or is that a home game for the Tigers, or is that a home game for the Raiders? 17 seconds left here of the first half. It's going to be Reece Robson who kicks this ball down to the corner. No one's there. Oh my gosh, Cowboys. Knocks it back here. Kicks it through again, and the Tigers will get the ball at the 5. What a crazy finish to the half. What a crazy last 5 minutes we just witnessed. But the halftime score is going to be 16-10 to the Tigers. The finish of that half was wild with that dream bullet try, the knock on from Reece Robson, and then that near try for the Cows, but obviously it doesn't go to plan. Let's get to the halftime stats. Gee whiz. At least we've got an exciting game here on Sunday to finish off the round, because it wasn't looking like a great one before the game, but it is actually shaping up to be something decent right this very second. So guys, obviously hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new around here, and let's get into the stats. Now, Taylor May has scored twice for the Tigers, Dream Buller also with once, with the Cowboys scoring through Jeremiah Nene, Sammy Valemei, both early on in the game. Possession-wise, 53% for the Tigers, 47% for the Cowboys. 13 minutes 50 there for the Tigers, and 12 minutes and 7 seconds time possession for the Cowboys. So it's still under 26 minutes. It's not fantastic in regards to the ball in hand for this game, and that's coming down to the fact that there has been a lot of errors and penalties conceded, but then again, we know the Cowboys are very good for an error, that's for sure. So you'd want to see more time in possession for both these teams, but it is what it is. Completion rate, you need to hit at least 80%. The Tigers are at 84% from 16 from 19. They're very happy with that. But then you get the dribbler, 68% for the Cowboys at 13 from 19. They are 12% behind the necessary marker of 80%. They are 12% behind there at 13 from 19. It's just simply not good enough. Now, runs-wise, 80 for the Tigers, 711 for the run meters, whilst the Cowboys, it's 82 for the Tigers, 734 run meters, and 74 runs for the Cowboys at 695. So the Cowboys are 45 meters behind the average of 10 meters per average per run, which is a really good level. They're 45 metres behind it, so they're not too far off it. Whilst the Tigers are about, or now it's 83 for 756, they are about 80 metres behind the 10 metres on average per run. So ultimately, that does mean that with ball in hand, the Cowboys are doing better, but they're not getting the same amount of runs as the Tigers. It's now 84 to 74, 786 to 695. So if you wanted to give the extra 11 runs for 110 metres, because that's 10 metres on average per run, that would be 110 metres. The Cowboys would basically be the exact same as where the Tigers are, which is 805. 805 to 812. So the Tigers are just in front there, but it is very equal when it's coming to the ball in hand on an equation level. Now, post-contact meters, through 11 extra runs, the Tigers have 234. Post-contact meters with the Cowboys having 228. This is basically showing that the Cowboys are ahead in regards to the post-contact if you try to equate it, because it's only 6 meters difference, and it's 11 runs the difference. So you're going to assume they're going to get 10, 15 post-contact meters at a minimum, which would put the Cowboys in front there. But on the pure stat right now, they are 6 minutes behind. Line breaks is 5-3 Tigers. They've had some great line breaks here today, the Tigers, but that is a lot of line breaks in this game for both teams. Now, tackle breaks is 26 for the Tigers, 20 for the Cowboys. It's a lot of missed tackles from both these teams. A lot of missed tackles. 15 to 17 is the average. Both are above that. 26 missed tackles for the Cows and 20 missed tackles for the Tigers. That's huge there for the Cowboys, actually. Average set distance, anything under 25, turn the stream off. It's pathetic. 25 to 30 is disgusting. 25 to 30 is underwhelming. 30 to 35 is hitting the marker average. 40 to 45 is great. 45 to 50 is fantastic. And 50 plus is brilliant, perfect. Average set distance for the Tigers is at 42.6. So they're at the mid-range of the great category. They are getting a good amount of meters every single time they've got the ball. 42.6 is very, very good stuff. It's not in the incredible category, but it is very good regardless. The Cowboys, on the other hand, they are about 5 meters behind. They're 36.99, which is on the middle to upper area of the average category. They're at least getting into that. It's nothing great. It's nothing bad. They'll take it. It's basically 37 meters, which is 5 meters behind the Tigers. They're basically 5.6 meters behind the Tigers, actually. So there is a clear gap in regards to that. That's come from that last 25 minutes where the Tigers have taken control of the game comparatively to the Cowboys, who had the control for the first 10 to 15 minutes when they're up 10-0. So yeah, you can see the Tigers are getting the better average set distance there by a decent bit. Average play the ball speed, very fast for the Tigers, 3.2. Anything under 3.39 is very fast. The Tigers are at 3.2, so that's very fast. The Cowboys are at 3.64, which is in the slower category. 3.4 to 3.59, that is average. 3.6 and above to 3.79 is slow. 3.8 and above is extremely slow. Cowboys are at 3.64, so at the lower end of the slow category. There's a very clear difference here between the play the ball speed, and I think the atmosphere is really affecting this. The Tigers are playing the ball very, very quickly. The atmosphere is really driving them along down the field, whilst the Cowboys are getting a little bit of a struggle to get that free-flowing game that they love to play on the attack, and that's why they're at 3.64. Now, offloads is 3-3. Both teams getting a couple, nothing too crazy though. Forced dropouts is 1-0 Cowboys. But then again, that ended up being Tigers' ball after it was a brilliantly perfect place kick from the Tigers over the sideline. Kick refusal, 43% for the Tigers, 80% there for the Cowboys. And then you go to the effective tackle percentage here, and both teams aren't hitting the marker of 88%. 85% and below is disgusting. 85% to 88% is underwhelming. 88% to 90% is hitting the marker, and 90% and above is brilliant. The Tigers are at 86.36%, so they're about 1.64% behind where they need to be of 88%. They've got 152 tackles made with 20 missed tackles and 4 ineffective. So the reason why this is actually quite generous is because they have limited those ineffective, but the 20 missed tackles are 3 above the average. So 15 to 17 is the average amount of missed tackles. They're at 20. That's 3 more missed tackles. That is a decent bit. Anytime you're going over 20 missed tackles and a half, that's bad. That's really bad stuff. So 20 missed tackles for the Tigers, limited 4 ineffective tackles, which is about 2-3 behind the average. So they're doing really well in the ineffective. It's just those missed tackles are hurting them. Whilst the Cowboys, they're in a worse off position, which is not surprising. 83.76%. They are not in the underwhelming category like the Tigers. They're in the disgusting category. 83.76% is 1.24% behind, just getting into underwhelming. They are a 4.24% behind, getting the basic marker of 88%. That's not good. 165 tackles made for a whopping 28 missed tackles and 4 ineffective. So the ineffective is limited. They're both the same with 4, which is 2 under the average, the lower form of the average. but the missed tackles are gigantic. We complained about the Knights in the first half having 37 missed tackles in the last game. Well, 28 isn't much better. That is 11 more missed tackles than the highest of the averages of 17. 28 missed tackles is absolutely gigantic. That is huge. You cannot be having that if you want to win games of rugby league. So the Cowboys, it's not surprising. We know their defense isn't exactly great. This season so far for the Cowboys, this season, sorry, I'm going to get this back up here. It just made a bit of a mistake. This season so far, the Cowboys have given up 618 points. Right now, with this game included, they're probably going to go below the Titans defensively, which is the worst team currently. And they will go into the worst defensive team of the competition. They've currently given up 16 points. They're at 618. That's 634. They would need to go at 21 more points to go below the Titans on the defensive metric. So that's very, very much a regularity here with the Cowboys, and that's why you're seeing so many missed tackles. And then you go to the errors. 7 errors to the Cowboys. 4 and under is brilliant. 5 to 6 is average, and 7 and above is really bad. The Cowboys are at 7, so it's that bad. I wouldn't say it's really bad, but it's bad. 7 is definitely banking up there. It's not like their 23 errors last week or their 13 errors at halftime last week against the Knights, but 7 is still very bad. Whilst the Tigers are at 3, which is really good. It's underneath the 4. You're happy with that. Happy days. Penalties conceded. 3-2 to the Tigers. Ruck infringements is 1-0 to the Tigers, and inside 10 metres is 1-0 to the Cowboys. So overall, you can very clearly see why the Tigers deserved that lead. It does come off the back of some fantastic play off of a Cowboys error up the other side of the field, but it was fantastic play that got the Tigers that 95 metres to score. Both teams aren't defending well. At least the Tigers are underwhelming comparatively to the Cowboys, who are in the disgusting category. 28 missed tackles is dreadful. At least the Cows are going to force dropout, but at the end of the day, the offloads are similar. The play the ball speed's slow. I think the fast play the ball speed for the Tigers is coming off the back of that atmosphere at Leichhardt. Line breaks is very much consistent across both these teams. The run meters for the Tigers and Cowboys are actually quite similar if you equate it. It's 88 for 851, 75 for 702, so there's 13 runs behind, and the Cowboys are close enough to the 10 metres on average per run to kind of give them that boost, which would bring them to about 10 metres behind if you equate it. So overall, the completion rate is a huge part of it as well, with the 85% to 68%. I do think if the game continues like this, the Tigers do probably win, but this game is still completely up in the air. I don't think this is a guarantee for either team right now. It is very hard to read. The stats do align with both teams in certain categories, but it's just that defense, those missed tackles for the Cowboys, that is the reason why they're probably going to lose this game if they keep up with their bad defense. But if they can sort themselves out and get a better second half going, they could easily still win this game. It's only 6 points for a reason. So that's the halftime stats. Mitchell says home game for the Raiders next week. It's a tough one for you. It really is. It's a tough one. Nate says Leichhardt Oval is a great stadium. I've watched one game there and loved it. Great atmosphere. Yeah, I've been there for when Tigers have won. I've been there for when Tigers have lost. I was there when Paul Gallen kicked the field goal against them in 2019, which knocked them out of the finals race. That was the final game of the season. They love a good choke at Leichhardt in the final game of the season, 2016-2019. Paul Gallen kicked the field goal. So I've been there for multiple times. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's pretty shit. But it can have its really good moments. And today, the atmosphere is belter. Today is amazing. You can hear it. Nate says, Casey, you could buy a house if that bet gets up. Casey says Tigers to beat Raiders 13+. Yeah, you're drunk. Mounty says that Tigers has a case for try of the year. Yeah, the try was great. Now, the try of the year is going to be probably Nwangane-Tawase's. I think Mark Nwangane-Tawase's try where he balances himself on the one leg and does the double kick, and then it bounces in and he scores. I think that one's probably there. And there's going to be other ones that are there that we just can't think about right now, but I'm pretty certain Mark Nwangane-Tawase's try with the double kick as he's trying to balance himself on one leg going over the sideline is probably going to be the reason. But anyway, so who's the most famous NRL player you've met? Well, I've met pretty much all of them. Well, not all of them, but like I don't really kind of know. Like a lot, a lot. Frank says today marks the 25th year anniversary since the Cowboys last won against the Tigers in Leichhardt in the year 2000. Wait, today marks the 25th year anniversary since the Cowboys last won against the Tigers in Leichhardt. 2000? Cowboys haven't won at Leichhardt since 2000? Really? Really? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Nate says, yeah, the great JT never won at Leichhardt. That's actually wild. That's actually wild. Raiders try win versus Panthers and Warriors versus Knights could be up there or no way. No way. No way. Mitchell says it's not. No, those two aren't in that kind of equation. Mitchell says you had to go there, didn't you? I was just getting over that punk, Gallen. It was a great field goal from Paul Gallen, the lock. It was a great field goal, mate. It's a fantastic field goal. Fantastic field goal. Fantastic. Katie says good day to end the losing streak then, Cowboys. Well, they're down by 6, and the first half doesn't give you a great deal of confidence. Not a great deal of confidence at all, son. No, it doesn't give you a great deal of confidence by any means. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back in one moment. I'm going to quickly just wash my face, and then I will be back for the second half. So, thumbs up, subscribe. Give me a couple seconds. Oh my goodness me, we've got Andrew Burnham up it again, have we? We had someone asking about you yesterday, Andrew. We had someone asking about you, saying where you been with the Eels games. And I went and checked out on TJC Sport Channel, and I know that he hasn't really been streaming too much recently. So where you been, Andrew? You cat? Hey? Where you been? We have people in the chat saying the guy alive? I said he's alive. I don't know where he is, but I don't know where he is. Jason's brush your hair too while you're up. No way, mate. I'll mess it up, son. Let's mess it up like this. Make it even crazier, baby. Even crazier. You're lucky I've even got a headband on. You're lucky I don't go full-blown hippie. I might go full-blown hippie by the end of the year. I might do it. And it's just I've been soul searching. What have you been soul searching for, Andrew? What have you been up to? Tell us. Let's have a deep and meaningful, Andrew. What have you been up to? The headband is great. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I should get the purple one out. Jay will love that. Well, you have sweaty hippie pits. No, I do not. No, I do not, son. I got the aircon on today. Full blast, son. Us. Full blast, son. Peter Barton says, who's your pick? West or the Cowboys? Up to my Tigers. Before the game, I had a gut feeling the Cowboys, but I did still tip the Tigers and say I think the Tigers will get this win. I was worried, and I thought I should have. After 10 minutes, I thought, okay, maybe my gut feeling was right, but obviously the Tigers have found their way back into it. I don't know, based off of the stats at halftime, mate, we obviously read through the stats at halftime every week. It's still very up in the air. I really don't know from here. I really don't know. I think that this atmosphere, though, is really in favour of the Tigers at Leichhardt, so I'm going to really push them through. I did tip the Tigers. I went with my head of my gut. I did tip the Tigers, so I'll stick with my tip of the Tigers here. But it is a very tough kind of second half to go through. It is a very, very tough. Based off the stats, it's very tough to have a real confident belief in either one of these teams, but I will lean still with the Tigers. Angus says, it's been a fun game to watch. Enjoying this one a lot. Yeah, no, it has been a fun game to watch. It has been a fun game to watch. Do you have a round of the year? Maybe last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. This round's been pretty fun, though. Like the Rabbitohs Dragons 40-0 was actually quite enjoyable still. Friday was the biggest belter Friday night I've ever seen in rugby league history. Like that Friday night games were just brilliant for a regular season matchup. Friday night was, you can't beat it. And then Saturday, Manly Dolphins had a lot of points in it. Still enjoyable. Titans Warriors wasn't enjoyable for me. That's because my team's a rabble. Eels Roosters was enjoyable. Last game was dog shit, but this game is pretty fun to watch. So you could even argue this one. So anyway, Tigers going to kick this ball off for you guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. But don't forget, we'll be live for every single game next week. And next week, there are some huge games. And we start off with a belter. Panthers versus Bulldogs. Both teams coming off back-to-back losses. Panthers losing to both the Storm and the Raiders. Whilst the Bulldogs are coming off the back of losses to the Roosters and also the Melbourne Storm. So that one has everything about it. That has everything about it. Whoever loses that game is going to cop some harsh criticism coming into the finals. They are going to get slammed in the media and by the fans. Whoever loses that game, whoever wins it, will be super happy and they will go they'll be flying. Their fans will think they're going to win the comp, but whoever loses it will cop significant criticism. Warriors and Eels. Warriors need to win that. Storm Roosters is a belter next Friday too, especially with no Jerome Hughes, Harry Grant for the Storm, and no Sam Walker for the Roosters. Dragons Manly. Manly need to win. Cowboys Broncos. Broncos need to win. Sharks Knights. Sharks need to win, and Knights need to win to avoid the spoon because they don't want to rely. Could you imagine the Knights lose that and they have the next game right after that and the Actually, it would be. When do the Titans play on round 27? Tigers get this ball out to the 20. So the Titans play the amount of pressure. No, I would have preferred to be the last game. The Knights Eels is the last regular season game of the season. Third tackle for the Tigers. Now they get it to the 30 on fourth tackle. I don't like that. So the Titans play the Tigers in the last round of the season on the Saturday at 2:30 p.m. my time, which is 5:30 p.m. your time. If they would win that game, they go above the Knights. The Knights would then play the Eels and if they won, they would avoid the spoon. I hate that you. Screw you, Brenton Esley. Screw you. That just gives you such big motivation, and it's like the Eels could have they would have nothing to play for. The pressure's on you. Well, the pressure's on us now, but the pressure would be on you against the Eels. But it's like you're playing the Eels in a game that they're in purgatory. That means nothing to them. But they are a better team than Knights. Oh, dude, screw you, Mr. Esley. Screw you. If you go and win that game in like extra time, I'm hiding you from the channel. If we win one of the two games against the third tackle with the Cowboys at 35, if we won one of those last two games against the Dolphins or the Tigers, and then you won in extra time against the Eels, I think I'm hiding you from the channel, and I think I'm cancelling the stream. I think I hide you from the channel. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. So fifth tackle now for the Cowboys, the halfway point. John Bateman rolls it back. Robson out to Dearden, and Dearden will put that ball up into the corner where Jareen Buller should be there at the 10. And he will bring it out here to the 15. To be fair, though, Titans or the Knights deserve the spoon. Whoever gets it, gets it. Oh, whoever gets it, gets it. We've both just been as bad as each other. Andrew says, haven't been mentally well the last 2 months. I just want everyone to know, always check up on your closest friends and family, no matter how good they seem. Mental health is the biggest silent killer. Absolutely, Andrew. Absolutely. You know, everyone always focuses on Men's Mental Health Month, but every month is Mental Health Month. Don't let it just be 1 month of the year that you remember your mates and your family, for sure. Full tackle, but you're always welcome here, Andrew. It's always a bit of banter and a laugh. We're never having a crack at you as a actual person, even though you're a major Muppet, like possibly one of the biggest Muppets that we've seen, but you are unfortunately our Muppet. So Scott Drinkwater will bring this ball out here to the 30. I'll be back. Dad's mate would do me a solid not hide me. But Skunkle would definitely hide you too, and then you'd have to rely on Jay Hayes or Olivia or Mitchell to unhide you, and I just don't know if they'd do that. Maybe Mitchell would, but then it's down to Jay and Olivia. And Olivia's 50-50, and Jay loves a good hide. Cowboys now third tackle at the 45. Jay loves a good slap up of a hide. And it's going to be Cowboys, Reece Robson. He'll get this ball to the 35 on fourth tackle. Who has the bye in round 27, you ask? Round 27 bye is the Cowboys. So they've only got one game left in the season after this. Hey, I'm a Muppet. I own that. No, we know that. You can own that or not own that, and we're still going to call you that. Scott Drinkwater puts it up into the air, and Jeremiah Nene chasing it through. Good grab, though, from the Tigers. Brent Naden at the 10. He's been good today, Brent Naden. Frank says, I met Jerome Hughes in person at Seabus Stadium when the Titans played the Storm this year. He's a really nice bloke. Yeah, no, Jerome's good. No, Jerome's a good dude. He'll stay at the Storm. He won't go anywhere. He'll play out his career there unless a major change happens. He'll play out. He'll always have rumours about going elsewhere, but he'll stay at the Storm. And now Taylor May, who's been incredible today, gets the ball off to Jerome Luai, and then Luai loses the ball forward. No. Huh? Am I crazy? Did that not just go about 4 metres forward? Am I crazy? Did that not just go about 4 metres forward? They just said play on? They didn't even, no one acknowledged it. Did I see that incorrectly? Can someone... Yeah, they're talking about that in the commentary now. That man went forward by about 4 metres. How did that be? How was that play on? How is that play on? And Tigers knock it back here, and that's a knock on there. And there we go. It's going to be Cowboys ball at 10. Lily said I would sympathise. Yeah, well, it's all up to Jay, and geez, Jay loves a good block. Mitchell says, good call, ref, nothing to see there. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. I thought it was obvious. It was literally 4 metres. It wasn't floating forward. It literally was just Like, anyway, second tackle here with the Cowboys, and they'll be at the 23. That's actually wild. I'll buy Jay a dog. Well, he won't appreciate your English there, Brenton. But he does love dogs. He does. Seb Watson says, Jay ain't doing shit. Wow, you're testing him there, mate. You are testing him there. So fourth tackle here at the 40, and Reece Robson off to Cotter. Cotter off to Clifford. Clifford short ball to Nene, and Nene crunching the tackle. Absolutely crunching the tackle. Fit tackle at the 50. Like it says, Tigers defo pushing finals after this game. I'm close to timing you out. Oh, yep, and there you go. Jay has just timed out Seb Watson. That's no surprise. We'll see in 5 minutes there, Seb. I'll see in 5 minutes. He's just waiting like a hidden assassin there in the chat. He's just waiting. I knew it was coming. I knew Jay would do that. Benny West says, Jed Stewart scoring the winning grand final try be a dream for Ricky. Tears of joy, absolutely. Tigers now second tackle. They'll be at the 25. Nate says, Jay just did shit. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Mitchell's timed out lag and ball takes for 60 seconds. That's valid too. And now it'll be Sinatadova. He'll get this ball to the 45 on fourth tackle. And that's Terrell May back onto the inside for Dream Buller. And Dream Buller will be taken down to the 40. Oh, Jay, stop it. You know, stop it. We can all see it. We can all see it right there. Seb Watson timed out by Shay Hayes. 1, 2, 3, 6 for 300 seconds. It says it right there. I can see it. So first tackle for the Cowboys, the 5. And now Cows will get this ball to the 15-second tackle. Jay says, oh, look at him. You know, look at him. Look at him fight for his life. Third tackle now at the 10. And this is really good stuff here from the Tigers. The Cowboys are now back at their own 5 on third tackle. And now it's fourth tackle at the 12. I told you, this atmosphere is really getting the Tigers through here today. Really getting them through. Ruben Cotter to the 20 on fifth tackle. Great crowd, Josh. Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful Sunday footy, Sunday afternoon footy at Leica, but I can see rain in the background. Oh, it's a 40-20 attempt! Oh, it won't have the angle on it, but it does get knocked back in field, and the Tigers will pick it up at the 5. Ended up being an incredible kick. Could change the momentum here. Jay, yeah, Jay. I won't even reply to that one. I won't even reply to that one. We all know you did it. We all know you did it. Like I says, I was complimenting the Tigers, Mitch. What happened? Because I think he doesn't want his hopes to be built up. He doesn't want his unrealistic hopes to be built up. What did Islanders say? Jay, Islanders said, Jay, you the best mod, and Jay just slapped him. Oh, knock on from Taylor May. And Cowboys, Tom Dearden. Oh my gosh, Tom Dearden's going to score. Oh my goodness me, Tom Dearden's going to score out of nowhere. The Tigers drop the ball and Tom Dearden picks it up. Tigers were asleep at the wheel and the Cowboys will score under the post to make it a 16-16 game after the kick. A 16-16 game after the kick. Yeah, that's why, Lagan. Yeah, that moment right there is exactly why Mitchell said you're out of here for 60 seconds. Yeah, Tom Dearden, look at him just follow the play, dude. And Tigers all fell asleep. And Dream Buller nearly got the play of grabbing him by the pants. But Tom Dearden's such a strong player that he's just able to really power through the grab and score under the post. I can't believe all the Tigers completely fell asleep. Dearden is the reason the Cowboys avoid the spoon. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Tom Dearden has pulled the Cowboys away from the spoon this year. Jane says, wouldn't be surprised if these two teams meet back up later this year at the grand final. I've had enough for this weekend now after that comment. I've had enough. And the weekend. I've had enough. These two teams meeting up in the grand final. That'll do me. That will do me, Jade. That will do me. Oh, he does actually knock it back. This is still up in the bunker at the moment. They have confirmed it. 30 minutes to go of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'm pretty certain it's about to be 16-16. It just depends on if they confirm this try. This is arguably a knock-on from Semi Valame. I'd say, unless you're saying he's just making a tackle, but I'm pretty certain they'll call strip here. He does actually hit it back afterwards, but when he brings it out of the hands, it does go into the leg of Taylor May. It'd be a bit of a make-up call for the no forward pass call on the Tigers before. It has been confirmed. Tigers fans won't like that. Tigers fans won't like that. They're going to say that he was making a tackle. He's just lost the ball. Yeah, Mitch Largan, you're right. Tigers fans don't know what they want. But Scott Drinkwater to tie this game up at 16-16. I am surprised they've confirmed that try. They must be just saying that Valame's making a tackle. It's a loose ball and then comes down on its own volition, and then he hits it back after it comes down. Yeah, tackles over the ball and he's holding on. They're saying he's just made a tackle there. I think that should have been called a knock on, but it does kind of make up for that forward pass before from Luai. But either way, like, it's a bad call. It's a bad call. It's going to happen this year so we can fit the pattern. Hi, Jaden. Cowboys are mathematically out of the 8, and if the Tigers lose this, they are also mathematically out of the 8. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Benny West says someone give Steve Roach a hot dog. We haven't had to listen to Steve Roach too much recently. It's been bliss. It's been bliss. Play the whistle, we deserve to concede there. Sure, but I do think that was a knock-on from Semi Valame. All right, so the Cowboys, Robson, now to Ruben Cotter. And Ruben Cotter, we second tackle here at the 30. A good game to finish off the round. That's what we'd like to see. It's been a good round of rugby league, and we want to see a belter of a finish. Jeremiah and Nate to the 45. The momentum did swing from that kick. I did say that could have been a big momentum swinger. And Reece Robson, fourth tackle here to the 43. Like I said, it'd be funny for Tigers to do their classic 9th place finish. Well, 9th place finish is very likely if they can win all 3 of their remaining games, inclusive of this one. John Bateman now, he'll be at the 33 on fifth tackle. It's also Muppet Hour, definitely Muppet Hour. Absolutely. And Scott Drinkwater kicks this one up here into the corner. Oh, it's got to be caught by the Tigers. Good grab by Dream Baller under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure there. 20-year anniversary. Yeah, well, you can enjoy your 20-year anniversary in this game because it's going to be the last time you see these two teams play this year. So, Sunil Taruba will be at the 20 on third tackle. Not making a huge amount of meters, but again, the play the ball speed's fast, and that's massive there from Kodwe Sao, who gets the ball to the 40. They did get back to the 10 at the end. I know the Tigers fans are booing it, but the Tigers are getting good meters up the middle of the field. Jerome Luai to the 50 on fifth tackle. The first couple of tackles weren't great, but then after that, they've made about 30 metres since. And Latu Faioni puts that one up into the air. I think the rain is holding out, which is nice. And Braden Burns grabs the ball at the 15. First tackle. Always Muppet Hour. Friday, we didn't really have too much Muppet Hour. Yesterday, we didn't have too much Muppet Hour. But Sundays are always the day because everyone gets tired from footy. Everyone gets tired from footy. And then all the crazy people come out. So now fourth tackle here for the Cowboys, and they're going to get this ball here to the 40. And now Robson gives it off to Harrison Graham, then at the back to Drinkwater, and he'll get crunched at the 45, fifth tackle. Cowboys aren't making as many metres as the Tigers on these last couple of sets. Oh, nearly a bit of a bubble there from Clifford, but it's a decent kick to the 15. Not too heavy of a chase from the Cowboys, though. It's a bit disappointing, and Dream Buller will get taken down to the 20 on first tackle. 27 minutes to save your mathematical season, Tigers. Someone says Tigers, Cows, Muppet Hour is definitely more intriguing than these two teams. Well, this is at least a good game. It's a good game. Cats have made a lot of errors in this game, but I did say at half-time the stats were relatively even in a lot of ways. There was arguments to be made for both teams winning this game, despite the fact the Tigers were up 16-10, and the try did come off some absolute brilliance from the Tigers, but it was also off an error in their own in the attack. And 5, Samuel Faionu gets his ball to the 40, and it'll be fifth tackle. Samuel Faionu has been a really good snag, though, for the Tigers. And Jerome Luai into the corner. Good grab there by Buller. He loses the ball backwards. It's still Taylor May with the ball, and he'll be taken down fifth tackle at the 15. What are the Tigers complaining about here? Line position, he takes possession first before it's touched. So they're saying, so he's touched the ball. Sammy Valame has touched the ball, but also he has got the ball already. This might be an unsuccessful challenge here. It might be replay will suggest how Voss. Let's have a look at this again. How is it going to suggest that the Tigers are going to win this? Because it comes down to if Valame touches the ball first. If Valame touches the ball after the Tigers get the possession, then it's not touched. Dream takes clean possession of the ball, drops it backwards. That's fine. And then who touches this first here? It's kind of simultaneous. I think this is simultaneous, if anything. So that would be still just fit tackle. This is not restarted. This is not restarted. It's a simultaneous touch. It's simultaneous. It's simultaneous. So this is not a set restart. This is 50-50 call. It is. This is really... It has to be clear, but... Oh, no, I can see Valame touch that first there, I think. This is very difficult. This might be inconclusive. I think this is going to be inconclusive, dude. Yeah, nothing conclusive. Yeah, it's inconclusive. Tigers fans, you're going to complain about it, but it is inconclusive. It's the correct call. It is the correct call because Semi Valame does touch it, but he also touches it at the same time as when the Tigers touch it. And, geez, Luai is firing up right now. It's a tough call, Vody Huncho, but it is 50-50. It is 50-50, and the on-field ref called that as play on. And they challenge it. They will lose the challenge. If the on-field ref had called that as 6 again, well, one, that we wouldn't have seen the challenge. But if the on-field referee had called it 6 again, they would have lent with the on-field referee and saying 6 again, of Valame touching it first. But because he called that as simultaneous and in possession of the Tigers, and that's why we're seeing that. And it's not the wrong call. I actually don't believe there was a wrong call with that situation. But Tigers fans will feel harshly done by after that try call for the Cowboys. So Cowboys now will be at the 30 on third tackle. Samuela plays and looks like a Hamoli. Well, he doesn't have the same quality as Hamoli Olakuatu, but he does look... there's a lot of similar attributes between the two, yeah. Highlands, if you get a chance, look at Australia cricket score right now. Brother, we're in the middle of a game. We've got 25 minutes to go. This is an important game for the Tigers, and it's 16-16 right now, so I don't really have the time, mate. Tom Dearden will put that ball up. And Cowboys chase it through, but the Tigers will grab it at the 15 through Sunya Torova. And it'll be first tackle. Okay, Tigers fans, you've got to stop booing everything, though. You have rights to boo some things, but booing everything is not going to get the referee always on your side. You need to pick and choose your moments. They're trying to boo everything, and there was nothing wrong with what we just saw. Latu Fainu gives it to... I can't even see who that is. Can't even see who that is just then. It's Strel Skelton. Oh my gosh, they're booing everything, dude. They're booing everything now. Guys, you're not getting robbed on every single tackle, lads. You've got to boo the right times. Fit tackle now for the Tigers. They get this ball to the 48. He's kind of watching the game at the moment. Brenton. It's kind of what we do. But, you know, it's about reading the room. And this game is actually really intense. It's a really enjoyable game. And Braden Burns, he'll get this ball to the 25. And it'll be first tackle here for the Cowboys. Scott Drinkwater will go to Semi Valame, and Valame, he'll bring it out with a great run to the 30, to the 40, to the 45. Good run from Semi Valame. Drinkwater out to Tom Dearden. They're at the halfway point on second tackle, and now the Cows will get to the 45 on the Tigers side of the field. Third tackle. This game is super in the balance right now, man. It is super in the balance. For a game that doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot, like it's really enjoyable. Jason Tamalola now fourth tackle at 30. Jeez, look how good that crowd looks, though, on the hill at Leichhardt. Lawton up to Dearden. Dearden short into the line to Harrison Graham, and he's 20 metres out, fit tackle. Carl Lawton goes to Tom Dearden. They're 15 out, short ball. John Bateman, it's fit tackle. He gets the offload away, and that's a knock-on from Cows, I reckon. Double knock-on, first one Cowboys. So it'll be Tigers ball at the 15. Gee whiz. Okay, while there's a quick stoppage in play here, I'll go have a look at the Australian cricket. Australian cricket, 379 for 2. Good. It's good. That's good. Olivia says, I just saw Daly Cherry Evans was at the Broncos game this Arvo in his Ben Hunt 350 jumper. How awesome. Yeah, that's good. Well, again, they debuted a day apart back in like 2009, and obviously Daly had his 350th yesterday. Had a good win, and Ben Hunt has 350th today up down there in Newcastle and with a win. So both of them pretty happy for their 350ths. Sherry Evans had a really good game. Ben Hunt was solid. So third tackle for the Tigers at 25. Jerome Luai. He gives it up to Dream Buller. And Buller now at the 33. Both teams are really throwing a lot at these line break attempts. It's not just like one-ups. They really are passing the ball well, both teams. And somewhat of Faiuni. Jeez, that's a good run to the 40. That was an Olakawatu kind of run there, Logan. Out to Jerome Luai. And Luai up high in the air. Good chase from the Tigers, but good take from Scott Drinkwater, who will get taken down to the 10. They didn't debut a day apart. Hunt debuted in 2009, DC 2011. Is that right? I swear Rando put something up. I'll go have a look. I'll confirm that you're right. You might be right. I always thought that Daly debuted in 2011, but I think Rando posted something. Well, someone posted something on Instagram about them debuting a day apart. But I could be completely wrong here. I just swear I saw... I swear I saw something. Anyway, I could be wrong. I don't have the time to go and have a look at it, but I could be wrong. You could be right, but I swear I saw something about it. Anyway, the Cowboys will kick this ball down into the 10. Truova brings it back to the 5, and now he'll come out to the 10, the 15. Tries to go sideways, gives it off to Jarrell Skelton, and he'll be at the 20. Jade said, I can't lie as a Sharks fan. Sharks definitely still deserve to be on fraud alert. I know it's controversial. I know. I'm just a little bit of a vibe at the moment, mate. A little bit of a vibe. But they are making a bit of a run. They do have the Knights next week. They've got two primetime matchups against the Titans and the Knights to get them into form on either side of the bye. Plus, then they play the Bulldogs, which will really tell us. But, yeah, a little bit controversial, but I'm okay with it. Out to the left-hand side. Tigers away here. Dream Buller. He's got Jerome Luai on his inside. This is a try coming up here for the Tigers. It's a try coming up for the Tigers. Jerome Luai will score underneath the post, and that is a nice try from the West Tigers. Dream Buller straight to Jerome Luai, and it will be 20-16 with a kick to come. 20-16 with a kick to come. Dream Buller's been really good today. Really good. 20 minutes to go of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Tigers keeping their mathematical multiplication tables alive for the top 8. And that is just easy. Left-hand side, they've found some good space all day. And I don't know what the Cowboys' defense is doing there. The centre, Viliami Vailea, is well and truly inside, which has allowed too much space there for the Tigers. And they had a 3-on-1 opportunity. Luai to his right-hand side. I think it was maybe Taylor May to his left-hand side. It was Taylor May to his left-hand side, and they would have scored either way. But Dream Buller's been fantastic today. Max Watson says, crazy, bro. He scores his first try as a Tiger in his 150th and in round 25. Yeah, good stuff for Jerome Luai. Kate says, came back to see the score, tied up, then bang, Tigers try instantly. No, it's been a good game, man. It's been a really good game. Logan says, all 3 Leichhardt games this year have been belters. Have they? What are the other 2 games? I can't think of them. What are the other 2 games? Oh, Titans-Tigers at Leichhardt. It's like, okay, it was a close game. I don't know if it was a belter. Both teams are pretty awful, but it was a very close game. What was the other game? I'll grant that being a belter just on the basis of the scoreline 21-20, but it was still very awful between both those teams. Just the Tigers were less awful and won 21-20. But I don't know what the other game was. Tigers-Sharks. I would have watched it, but what was that one? Oh, that's right. That was all the way back when they got the penalty. That's right. That was way back in the well, it was like 20-18 or something, wasn't it? 19 minutes left here. Tigers are about to take a 22-16 lead. Oh, was it a Dewey field goal? Wasn't it a penalty? Didn't the Tigers get a 2? Dewey field goal? I thought Tigers Sharks was a penalty. Where they got? Yeah, Lagos took the 2. Can you believe that next month is September? Crazy, Olivia. Crazy. It is crazy. We are 2 rounds away from the finals, lads. 2 rounds away from the finals. I believe that was the game you put Sharks on scam. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. It would not. I remember I was in Udaipur. I was in India, in Udaipur, and I remember where I was for that game. And I think I probably did put Sharks on scam after that one. Dion says, where was the Tigers-Dogs game played? I'm not sure. I'll have a look. Tigers-Dogs. Tigers-Dogs was played at Combank. That's not a belter, though. Because that was the Tigers belted the Bulldogs, but That's not the kind of the range we're talking about here. All right, so the Tigers now. Terrell May will bring it out of the 15 on first tackle. Sean James, I reckon this is a bloody good game for the last of the round. Absolutely, it is a great game. This has been a really enjoyable one to watch. Jaden says, honestly, do you find it crazy how quickly the Sharks lost that grand final winning team? Within 2 to 3 years, there was only like 3 players in that team left. Well, look at the Raiders post-2019. It's not easy to keep players after a grand final, man, because players then demand more money. And you've got a salary cap. So that's why it's been so impressive for the Panthers to be able to do what they do, because the salary cap has to be still quite restricted. And, guys like Ricky Latelli going to ask some more money. Guys like, 1 second, they're going to let this ball bounce here, the Cowboys. Oh, Brent Naden will pick it up out of the air. And it's 26-16 with a kick to come right in front of the post. About to be 28-16. And that is just out of nowhere, that try. Out of nowhere. But the Tigers will take a 12-point lead after getting the kick. Brent Naden, the Cowboys letting that ball bounce is horrific, and it bounces perfectly for the Tigers, and they will score under the post. And they need to fix this points differential, so you've got to keep scoring, Tigers, because you are not making the 8 with your points differential. You need to keep scoring. Right now, you'd be at minus 95. Minus 95. Manly are at plus 4. Dolphins are at plus 87, is it? I've got to look. Dolphins are at plus 81 and the Roosters are at plus 72. You are at minus 95. So you need to keep scoring. You just simply need to keep scoring. But again, you play the Raiders in Canberra next week. Tasman says, Tigers got lucky. Had to make them feel good about themselves after fumbling at another generational talent. What? Wait, what are you referring to, Daz? Leon says, which team's premiership? Oh, you're talking about Lachlan Galvin. Like I said, Leon says, which team's premiership window you think will close if they can't do it this year? Who's close? Close? Well, it's not going to be the Bulldogs. It's not going to be the Storm. It's not going to be the Raiders. I don't even really think the Warriors have a premiership window open right now, but they're still there. There's no real team that's going to have a premiership window closed by not winning this year. Roosters are probably going to be better next year. Panthers will be fine. Sharks will be fine. There's no real team. Like, Broncos probably have next year, and then that's when Adam Reynolds will be too old. Ben Hunt will start to get too old, and then that's when they're going to have to really reshape their team. So, Broncos this year or next year is probably their window, but then what year after that is when the questions will be asked. Condor says, Tigers make top 8, let's go. Again, it's not happening, bro, but I'm happy that you guys have a little bit of hope about you. Like, it's just simply not happening. But I am glad that the Tigers are at least competitive and putting themselves into a good area on the table, setting themselves up for hopefully a big 2026. But unfortunately this year it's not going to be the case. But definitely next year, if you can keep this momentum up, it's looking all right for you. Kate says, bro, every time I come back, the Tigers score a try. It's been a great game, dude. I've really enjoyed this game. I've really enjoyed this game here. So Tigers are in 11th position, equal with Manly and the Dolphins on 26 points. 2 points behind the Roosters on 28 points. Just that points differential, dude. It's just that points differential. Scott James says, Tigers want to claim their 9th spot back. Well, still they're in 11th. Again, that points differential, it's keeping them out of 9th right now. They are equal 9th. It's just their points differential of minus 95. That 60-point loss to the Storm is what's going to really crunch their season. You know, the Tigers run home. They have to play the Raiders in. Oh, no, the Tigers knocked the ball on the 42. Game's not over yet, but Cowboys need to start utilising this right now. Gary says, no NRL on TV in UK today, so frustrating. Well, the last game doesn't really matter, Knights Broncos. That was a pretty typical result that we expected, but this game has been a really good one. To a place I belong. Dasmate says, need to take a 2-point field goal, have the game finished 30-16, the same score as the 2005 Grand Final. Thank you, Dasmate. Thank you, Dasmate. Riveting stuff. Connor says, I know it's not happening, but fun to say. No, absolutely. So I say, Tigers fans, I back you in for having that belief. I have to still give you my opinion. I still have to give you what my thoughts are to kind of keep it all grounded and whatnot. But, you know, for Tigers fans, like, of course, back your team in. For neutrals to understand, it is like a 1% chance of the Tigers making the 8. Still a chance. Still a 1% chance. But it is like a 1% chance. So Tom Dearden now, 6 again for the Cowboys, especially the fact that this game's not even over yet. So 18 metres out, and the Cowboys with the ball, first tackle. First tackle. Dasman says, no worries, mate, anytime. Funny says, you watched the City game last night, Blaze? Yeah, unfortunately, they weren't too good, mate. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what City have been doing the last couple of years, and we do have a bit of a bogey thing against the Spurs. But, yeah, no, it wasn't too great. Second tackle now, 5 metres out from the line. They'll go right inside of the Cowboys, and they'll give it to Drinkwater. Then Harrison Edwards, sorry, not Harrison Graham. Harrison Edwards, he's 3 metres away from the line. Carl Lawton, he'll give it to Tom Dearden. Tom Dearden at the 5, then on to Drinkwater. Drinkwater steps, he runs it hard, he runs it hard, he runs it hard! Oh, he'll be held 1 metre short of the line, 4 tackle. 4 tackle. Leon, so if Tigers played Knights next week and not Raiders, would you back it in? Tigers get done on the wing, and Semi Valame will score. It's 28-20 with a kick to come, but this kick is from the far right-hand sideline. The thing is, Leon, is that no, I probably wouldn't, because although I'd say they get a win against the Knights and a win against the Titans, again, they still have to win this game, but let's assume they win this. Let's assume they win all 3 of their games. They go from 24 points to 30 points. I said since the start for weeks ago that 32 points will guarantee you, 30 points maybe just. But 30 points will actually get you in this year. But the thing is that the highest the Tigers can get is 30 points. The Roosters still just need to win 1 of their 2 games, and they do play the Rabbitohs in round 27, which you still would expect the Roosters to win despite the Rabbitohs' form. And the Dolphins, they need to win 2 games. They play the Titans next week, so if we're giving the Tigers the win against them, then we'll give the Dolphins the win against them. The Dolphins play the Raiders, though. I don't think the Dolphins win that, so they wouldn't get to 30. And then Manly, they have Dragons and Warriors, and Warriors game's the only dubious one that I've got there. 1 second. Drinkwater here from the right-hand sideline. Drinkwater here will... it's a beautiful kick there from Drinkwater over the post. It's a 6-point game here. 28-22, 13 minutes to go. Tigers, you went out to a bolting lead, but it's not over yet. 6 points the difference, 13 minutes to go. So, Leon, I do give the Roosters the win over the Rabbitohs, which is the ultimate killer to the Tigers season, regardless if they win all 3 of their games. All right, here we go. 13 minutes left. Let's get this chat back into rugby league here, guys. Obviously, this is a very hectic finish this game. It is an important one here for the Tigers. So let's try and focus back in on the... Let's focus in here on the NRL. Frank says, yeah, that's rugby union. Let's get back into it, lads. So 13 minutes left. Crowd at Leichhardt's been fantastic, and it's only a 6-point game right now. Cowboys could kill them off. Cowboys could kill off the Tigers season if they can find a way here. And now Koroisau will kick this one down to the 15 where Tom Dearden picks it and he gives it off to John McLean. He'll bring it out to the 20 now. That'll be first tackle. Brenton says it's a serious show, folks. Yeah, we're like, obviously sometimes like you read the room and we're having a bit of a laugh, but sometimes we've got to be serious. And right now this is a seriously good game and also a serious moment for Tigers fans. So Carl Lawton gets it back to Jason Tamalolo and it'll be third tackle here at the 40. 12 minutes, 40 seconds to go of the game. Has been a good game, Blaze. It's been a great game, Gary. Been a great game. Never looked like it was going to be a fantastic game pre-game, but it is now. Scott Drinkwater right inside of the 45. And Viliami Vailea with a huge post-contact run to the 40 on the Tigers side of the field. Semi Valame to Tom Dearden. Dearden gives it to John Bateman. John Bateman off to Jordan McLean. He flicks out the back here. Good offload. Jake Clifford, 25 metres out. Cowboys are on a bit of a roll at the moment. Rolls it back to Carl Lawton. Here's a quick play from Drinkwater. Oh my gosh! Oh, I don't know if this is a try or not. This could be a try. It is a try for the Cowboys. This may be a double movement. We need to look at it again, but he might have just stretched out and scored this. It was a great play from Latufauni, but the Cowboys have scored to make it 28-26. Very difficult kick here from the left-hand touchline, though. Look at the meters the Cowboys made in this set, though. Clifford taking it down to the 27. They go short side. All the Tigers are taking a while to get back on side. Drinkwater with a brilliant double cutout pass to Braden Burns. And I think he scored. I think he's kept his right arm up and he scored. So this is potentially about to be a tie game. This is a special pass from Scott Drinkwater, though. That is a brilliant pass from Scott Drinkwater, though. His arm is up there. His arm is up, and he has put it. Well done, Braden Burns. That's strength, bro. That's strength. And to hold that ball in as well, that is a really good try from the Cowboys. That is a really, really good try for the Cowboys. Wowee. So 11 minutes to go here of the game. 28-26 here to the Tigers. Braden Burns with the score, and then a kick from the sideline to come to try and tie it up. 10 minutes left of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. This weekend has been full of great games. Absolutely full of great games. Full of great games, and this one is exactly the same. And this is the Tigers' season right now. This is the Tigers' season. They need it. They need to win to be a mathematical equation. And Drinkwater, he's got it. Oh my gosh, that's a kick. And we are at a tied game, 28-28, 10 minutes to go. Thumbs up, subscribe, let's get it. Here we go, lads. It's what we like to see. Usually we get gifted an absolute melter of a game. Not a melter, a melter of a game in the last game of the round. Last week was Cowboys Knights, and that was a disgusting game. This, though, wowee. Fonny says, didn't expect this game to be too high scoring. Wow, why? Cowboys give up a lot of points. Tigers have given up 518 points themselves this year. The Cowboys can score. I know that they haven't scored as many points this year as they have in previous years, but Cowboys can score. Tigers maybe not so much, but overall, Tigers fighting for their season. Cowboys can leak points, whilst Cowboys can score. So it's not necessarily a massive surprise, but they lost Adam Dewey very early in the game, the Tigers, and now Latu Fainu has to come off for a HIA, so he won't be back for the game unless he passes it, and then he'll come back in extra time, about 5 minutes into extra time. Deary me. Mitchell says, screw this, I'm going to Liquorland. Lagan says, don't do this, Tigers. They were up by 12 points 5 minutes ago. Now it's 28-28. Guys, comment in the chat. Who wins from here? Do the Tigers find a way to keep their season alive, or do the Cowboys break the Tigers' hearts and get a win whilst they're in purgatory? Not playing for anything right now, just to be a prideful team that can knock off a few teams on the way. Jason Tamalolo, he's going to get this ball here to the 20, to the 25, and it'll be second tackle now for the Cows. Second tackle for the Cows at the 25. Comment in the chat who you think wins from here. Ruben Cotter. It's going to be third tackle, and he'll be at the 40 for third tackle. New Zealand guy says Tigers. Peter says Tigers. Gary says Cowboys have momentum. They do, but this game has swung momentum-wise multiple times. Drinkwater. Drinkwater's away here. The 40, the 35, the 30. Here's a try for the Cowboys. They will score. Jackson Pertry will score, and they take the lead. Oh, Tigers' season has collapsed. Tigers' season has absolutely collapsed. They were up 28 to 12, 28 to 16 5 minutes ago. They were up 28 to 16 literally 5 minutes ago. The Tigers just collapsed. Their season is, oh my goodness. Tigers fans were on cloud nine thinking they're potentially going to make the A, even though it was never really going to happen. But now they're looking like this is the end of their season right now. Gary Johnson, thanks for the great stream, mate. I can't watch in the UK. We're live for every single game of rugby league, mate. So we'll hopefully see you next week. But yeah, Scotty Drinkwater has turned this on, and he gets that ball out of the left-hand side. It's Drinkwater who's gotten the 2 assists for the last 2 tries. He has been on form in this last 5 minutes. And Jackson Pertry puts the ball down. And this is an insane game. It's not over yet, Tigers fans, but now you are 9 minutes away from your season being done. And Mitchell, are you okay? Olivia says, yeah, Mitchell wouldn't be too happy right now. Dion says Tigers going to finish strong. Well, they're going to need to finish strong if they can come back into this game, Dion. Jeez, could you imagine the vibes at Leichhardt 5 minutes ago would have been through the roof. This is a difficult kick for Drinkwater, but he's been knocking them over in these last 5 minutes. And he will... Oh, he's been unbelievable. Drinkwater's going to get man of the match if the Cowboys hold this one out. He gets the kick from the sideline. That is clutch. These have been some clutch kicks from Scott Drinkwater, and the way he's played, he has just gone electric. He has just gone electric in this last 5 minutes. Again, guys, it was 28-16, like 5-6 minutes ago to the Tigers, and now it's 34-28, and the Tigers season hanging on the balance. Brenton says he's at Liquorland already. Jeez. So if you're looking for try scorers, Taylor May twice, Jerome Buller, Jerome Luan, Brent Naden for the Tigers, and then for the Cowboys, Jeremiah Nene, Tom Did, and Semi Valame twice, Braden Burns, and Jackson Pertry. Yikes, 66, 65, 67, and 70. 5 minutes ago. Literally 5 minutes ago, it was 28-16 to the Tigers. The short kick, Tigers knock it back, Cowboys get the ball. And Scott Drinkwater, he can't do anything wrong right now. He picked the ball up at the 35, it'll be first tackle. And it's going to be Braden Burns with a strong run to the 45 on second tackle. Ivor Silva says, come on to Tigers. Dazmate says, hey Mitchell, it's your friend Daz with 1Z here. I'm just checking in to see if you need a new TV, as I assume your current one might be smashed. Tigers fans would be just ropeable right now with this fall off in this last 5 minutes. Third tackle here at the 40. Carl Lawton to Ruben Cotter. Cotter to Dearden. Dearden across to John Bateman. And John Bateman will be at the 30 on 4 tackles. 7.5 minutes left here. Fiona trying to go over the strip. You don't need to get crazy right now. You're still going to get a couple of sets here, Tigers, to try and equal this game up. Now, Tom Dearden. Dearden out the back to Jake Clifford. Jake Clifford goes in himself, and they'll be 20 metres out, fit tackle. I guess his multis are flying right now. Multis are going crazy right now. And it's going to be Drinkwater who puts his ball up. Jeremiah Nene chasing it through. That's going to be a dropout? Yeah, it will be a dropout here from the Tigers to the Cowboys. Oh no, it's going to be a knock on here from the Cowboys. So it will be 7 tackles set for the Tigers at the 26 minutes, 54 seconds to go here. Last 10 minutes possession, 88% for the Cowboys, 12% for the Tigers. Brenton says, I blame Lagan for jinxing this game. It is always Lagan's fault alongside Milford's. So Sonia Turova, he'll get taken out to the 30. Now don't do anything silly here, Tigers. You've still got time. You only need 1 converted try to tie the game up. And I feel like if the Tigers can get into extra time, they win it. Even though Scott Drinkwater's got a big boot on him. So they go out to the left-hand side, and it's going to be Samuela Faiunu with a great run to the 50. It'll be third tackle. Don't do anything silly. Out to Jerome Luai. Now at the 40. He steps. He gives it off here. Terrell May. Terrell May gets another offload to Sione Faiunu. Then off to Jerome Luai. Jerome Luai runs it out to the left. He's 35 metres out. Then off to Api Kotoisau. Kotoisau, short ball into... Oh, Terrell May knocks the ball on. Oh, no. Was it Terrell May knocked the ball on? No, it wasn't. It was Tony Suka who knocks the ball on. 6 minutes to go. Cowboys will get the ball. Yeah, that's right. Like I said, how did I jinx the game? And Brenton said you made a comment earlier in the game that Mitch deleted. But yeah, Tony Suka will knock that ball on. 5 minutes 45 for the Tigers to save their season. 10 minutes ago, you thought that their season was still on. Gee whiz, what a turn of events. This game still has a twist in it, though. This game has been very back and forth, try for try. And there's still 5.5 minutes left. First tackle now for the Cowboys at the 40. Frank says Tigers rage bait in the big 25. I don't know if it's just the big 25. I think it's every year. Second tackle here at the 50. But either way, Tigers fans, you've got to be super proud of your season regardless. Regardless, you've got to be super happy. You're not going to be in last place. Very doubtful you'll even be in the bottom 4. You know, you've done yourself a real service this year by, you know, fighting along. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, sure, you still could finish bottom 4, but I think this has been a positive season anyway. And you will stay in 11th even with a loss here. Cowboys now fit tackle at the 18. They give it to John Bateman. John Bateman runs it himself, and he will take the tackle 4 metres out. 4 minutes 42 to go here in the game. Still a 6-point lead for the Cowboys. Seb Watson says Tigers season was over before the season started. Stop it. Stop it. Now that's rage bait. Now he's trying to get the Tigers fans commenting in the chat. All right, Tigers now will get this ball to the 10 on first tackle. Here they go, right inside, off to Alex Twell. They need... Oh, no, Twell's lost the ball. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, that's huge. Alex Twell dropped the ball, but they will call a high tackle penalty against the Cowboys, and that is massive here for the Tigers. They should be able to get this ball to around the 40, maybe the 50 if they go for a big one, but that is definitely a high tackle against Jordan McLean. Definitely a high tackle. He's fallen down. It's mitigation. It's not going to be a bin, but it is definitely a penalty. Brent thought Seb went for the Tigers. Seb's a massive Gold Coast Titans fan, mate. Someone says your team sucks, Seb Watson. Oh, see, you got it. You got the rage bait. You got the rage bait, Seb. So Taylor May with the Jerome Luai. And now Terrell May will get his ball to the 30. So they didn't get a great deal of a kick on that. The first tackle for the Tigers at their own 30. They give it to Api Kotoisau. Kotoisau off to Faiunu, and he will be at the 40. Dion says it's so good not fighting for the spoon. Absolutely. Absolutely. Luai, Api Kotoisau, but it's not done yet. Dream baller, Taylor May. He flicks the ball off to Turov at the 40, 35, and he'll be taken down third tackle. He's going to try and milk a high tackle here. I don't think so, though. Third tackle here for the Tigers at the 35. Taylor May. He'll go to Jerome Luai. It is not over yet, Tigers fans. Koroisau. Oh, he should have gone to the right, but he tried to cut back in field. It's Clifford with the drop. He stripped that ball to knock on from Clifford. Yep, it's going to be Tigers ball here at the 40. Knock on scrum against the Cowboys, and here is your prime opportunity, Tigers fans. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Olivia says, when did Seb become a villain? He's English. He's English, and the Ashes are coming up. We've got to slap him down, the old Seb Watson. He is a villain while we've got the Ashes coming up. Oh, God help you on this channel when the Ashes are on. We're streaming it, Seb. God help you. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be terrifying scenes. Terrifying. All right, Tigers, 40 metres out. 2:42 to go of the game. Jerome Lewis. Oh, my gosh, Tigers, they've dropped the ball. Oh, my gosh. It's Cowboys ball at the 45 after a knock-on from the Tigers. It's zero tackle. That is bad, Tigers. Oh, that was play one, and that was a prime opportunity for them to tie the game up. First tackle for the Cowboys at the 45. Right off of there. Oh, dude, that's bad stuff. They're just trying too much here. They're just trying too much, and I understand the situation, but they're just trying a little bit too much at the moment. Will you stream all 5 days, Gary? Yes, I will. I always stream all 5 days of the Ashes. Of all 5 test matches. So Cowboys now at the 30. Third tackle. Tigers will still get one full set with the ball. John Bateman, he's just soaking up time here, running around, and he'll be taken down to the 30. Obviously, Bateman used to play for the Tigers. And now Carl Lawton goes quickly. Cowboys left-hand side looking to end the Tigers season. Jackson Perdue taking out the 15. Fifth tackle. Fifth tackle. Don't forget, guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Cowboys, they'll probably just run this ball into the line. Drinkwater will do that. And Tigers, you have 95 metres to save your mathematical equation season. There you have a minute and a half and 95 metres to run. It's a penalty to the Tigers after the Cowboys were just soaking up time and holding the ball away from the Tigers. That's going to be a big benefit. They should kick this ball as hard as they can. They will get it to the 35-40. Great kick from Koroisau. I disagree with the placement there from the touchy, but sure. They will get it to the 40. Here you go, Tigers. Here you go. Tigers now will be at the 50. Maybe first tackle. Minute and a half to go. Api Koroisau off to Alex Twal. And Twal now, he'll be 43 metres out. Second tackle. Do we have extra time? Do we have golden point coming up? They go out to Fayunu, then to Luai, then to Samuela Fayunu, and he'll be at the 35. Samuela's been good today. Third tackle. Now roll it back. Right-hand side off to Terrell May. Your season comes down to this, West Tigers. Terrell May at 28 metres out. Minute 4 to go. Fourth tackle. You have to get a converted try. They go to Jerome Luai. Luai, short ball to Samuela Fayunu, and here it is. 18 metres out. Fifth tackle. Here it is. They go to Luai. Luai, short ball to Taruva. Taruva, he throws it back inside. It's still on here. It's still on here. Jerome Luai. Jerome Buller throws it back. Cowboys get the ball. And the Cowboys should win it from here. They threw everything they could at it there, Tigers. But the Cowboys are going to get it from here, you would assume, unless there is a mistake in the last 30 seconds. Jeez, the Tigers had it all going just then, but they just couldn't get the ball to the right player. And with 20 seconds to go here, you would assume this is game over. Third tackle now for the Cowboys, 13 metres out. They probably won't touch the ball again. Amazing comeback from the Cowboys, though. And Jason Taumalolo will be at the 25. And it's going to hurt because the Cowboys, they're playing for nothing right now, whilst the Tigers were playing for something. This has been an incredible round of rugby league, though. And there we go, guys. And there you go, Tigers fans. Unfortunately, your season will come to an end after a masterclass from Drinkwater in that 5-minute stanza. It was just an incredible turn of events. Very good game here to end the round. It's been a great round of rugby league. You know, that Friday night games were awesome to watch, the Panthers, Raiders, and also Storm and Bulldogs. Even the Rabbitohs Dragons were still fun to watch despite being a 40-0 Rabbitohs. Manly Dolphins 58-30. That was huge. Warriors Titans. I didn't have fun, but I'm sure other people did. Eels Roosters, big upset there to really keep that top 8 battle alive between the Roosters, Dolphins, and Manly. Broncos obviously getting a big win that guaranteed their top 8 against the Knights, and then this game was just a ripper between the Cowboys and Tigers, with the Cowboys getting a big comeback and the Sharks obviously with the bye. Well, yeah, that situation now, the Cowboys will jump from 3rd last into 12th. The Dragons will drop into 13th. The Eels will drop into 14th. The Rabbitohs drop back into 3rd last in 15th. The Tigers, they will stay in 11th, and their mathematical season is done. Like, they would need They would need to win like 100 points and Roosters lose by like 100 points. Like they are 4 points out of the 8, but their points differential is now minus 113, whilst the 8 is situated at Roosters 4 points clear of them and plus 72 with only 2 games to play. So your season is done. The Manly and Dolphins will be grateful for the Cowboys in this one. But you should be very happy with how your season has played out for the most part regardless. Now in regards to the games next week that we'll be watching on for round 26, obviously we'll be live for every game. A massive game on Thursday night. Massive game on Thursday night between the Bulldogs and Panthers. Whoever wins that game will be on cloud 9. Whoever loses that game will get criticism beyond belief because the Bulldogs have lost 2 games coming into that, which is the Roosters and then also the Melbourne Storm, whilst the Panthers, they've also lost 2 games to the Melbourne Storm and the Canberra Raiders in excruciating fashion in extra time. So whoever wins that will be feeling amazing, but whoever loses that, there'll be massive fraudulent vibes. Warriors and Eels, huge game for the Warriors on Friday. Storm and Roosters, massive game for both those teams. Storm minor premiership, Roosters to guarantee themselves for the top 8. Well, not guarantee, but put themselves really into the top 8. Raiders and Tigers, and now the Tigers, it means nothing for them, but the Raiders, it is a big game for them. On Saturday, the Dragons Manly, massive game for Manly that they must win. They must win both their remaining games. Cowboys Broncos, big rivalry game. Nothing really to play for the Cowboys, but for the Broncos, there is a lot to play for in regards to top 4 and also getting a home final. Sharks and Knights, massive game there for the Sharks to keep themselves in a chance for the top 4, whilst big game for the Knights to avoid the spoon. And then the Dolphins and Titans. Dolphins obviously must win their remaining 2 games after their capitulation these last 3 weeks of conceding 160 points, whilst the Titans, obviously, they're trying to avoid the spoon, and the Rabbitohs will get the bye. So a huge round coming up there. Dion, since we tried, you gave it a crack, mate. You definitely gave it a crack. You gave it a crack here. Jackson says, I'd like eyebrow before you go with you energy. What? Wait, what? What are you talking about? Lee says the chat has lost the plot. Yeah, no, it does. Dion, thanks for the stream. Always, man. We're always here. That's mate says, what is this organisation you should be saying? Sure. Vonnie Hunter says, what a game. Thanks for the game, Blaze. Get around your Vonnie. Cheers, Jay. Sean says, it is Sunday. Fair enough. And Ivor Services, Cowboys and Tigers. Thank you, both teams. Yeah, great game to finish off the round. And we've got a big one next week as well. But, guys, I'm going to jump off there for the day. I appreciate you as always. Obviously, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Big weekend gone. We are now in the absolute thick of the back end of the season. And it is going to get romper stomper. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.